Them at whenyounneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Real Radio.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and C-Lane.
It is Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Lots to get to today. From this is absolutely ridiculous to Kraft warns customers not to eat cheese. And inside the Lauren Boebert incident report. Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hello, Sabrina.
Hello.
C-Lane is here.
How we doing?
I love your elbow.
Hello to you. You can join us on the show. All you have to do is send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. Hit record on your first dispatch today. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Wednesday?
Oh, terrible.
Oh.
Not good?
Oh, yeah.
What's up,
What's
Johnny?
happening?
Oh, just dumpster fire, burn it down.
All
Wow,
right.
what's going on?
Send out the alcohol. My laptop took an absolute dump and is just not booting up. So I'm on an old one that has none of the passwords saved, has none of the links saved.
Oh, no. You know what this means, Sabrina? My laptop died. C-Lane's laptop died.
You shut your mouth.
There's only one more left until they completely murder the three of our laptops.
No.
And that would be yours.
That would not be mine. My sweet little Mac Air that hasn't been updated since 2014
That
is
sounds
gonna
exactly
stay
like Sean's.
just fine.
Sounds
Okay?
exactly like Sean's.
It's a music
Oh.
machine.
All right, well, let's get started. Let's jump in the time machine to kick things off today. Here we go. Ah!
Ears on the ground, finger on the pulse.
All right, we've gone back in time. Our
Most
ears to the
aggressive
ground.
time machine.
Yeah.
Just really ridiculous.
Whiplash or something.
Our fingers on the pulse, and let's see what's happened in this great big wide world of ours. And back in time in London, we go to a guy who wanted to put up his place for sale. And in front of me, I don't know if C-Lane can show you this or not, but there is, here it is right here. This is his ad for the place he's putting up. It's a Highgate house. It's a 3-bedroom, newly renovated and painted, new carpet right through, walking distance from the city, close to all schools and shops. And
All
it says
good things?
no Asians. Thank you. All
Okay,
right?
and that's
how it
the
ends.
bad thing, I'm guessing.
No Asians, none at all. And then the reporter who saw this said, we must confront this man. What is he doing? This is ridiculous. He doesn't want any Asians, so they go out to his house.
This Highgate isn't the one in London, it's a suburb of Adelaide. But it's the advert's last sentence that brought out a local TV reporter's crusading instincts.
I'd just like to ask you a few questions about the house you've got.
Here's the guy.
Well, I'd rather not answer it.
Why not?
Because I don't want to. I'm not going to spell my business to anybody over there.
So he said, I'm not going to spill my business to anybody over here, as the reporter is confronting him about this line about no Asians for his place.
Well, I'm not interested in how much you want for the house. I'm just interested in why you don't want any Asians to buy it and move in.
Well, because the simple reason they're too lazy.
They're too lazy?
Why don't you want Asians moving into your house?
Because I don't like the Asians. That's all there is.
So he said, because I don't like the Asians. That's all there is. This is really simple. It's cut and dry, folks.
Don't
He
see what you
just-
can't understand about it.
He just doesn't want the Asians. Now we run into the twist in this story here, so hang
You
tight.
don't want them in your place.
They're just a mob of crooks. That's all they are.
And that there's a law against what you're doing?
Well, no one has told me that. And I mean to say, even the
Do you
Asians,
think it's wrong?
even the Asians himself, you said,
spell
you know,
Asians
my
weird.
sign up. If I get a buyer, I can sell it.
But you won't sell it to an Asian person.
If they come up with a buyer, yes.
He said if they come up with a buyer, yes, here we go.
All they're interested about is just to put the sign up. That's all. I've had agents. I haven't knocked them back.
What would... Oh, no, agents.
He just realized that he meant no agents, as in no, like...
Oh, God, dude.
Like he didn't want a realtor to sell the house, and he accidentally thought it was Asians instead of agents. And this guy got caught up in this whole situation with a reporter bothering him. Oh, man. He was just being anti-agent. That's fine. You could be anti-agent. Anti-Asian.
When the Asians come and they put up their signs, like that.
Oh, God. Just a miscommunication. One for the record books there.
Thank God for the internet, because that's clear. Back in the day, you would have to call up and then interpret to the person at the newspaper what you wanted in your advert.
Mm-hmm.
And I love that they went and printed it. Like, the person obviously was like, are you sure that's what you mean? All right, let's do it.
Sir, I'm going to say this back to you. Are you sure no Asians is what? Yes, that's right. Just a miscommunication there. All right. There is a story today out of St. Petersburg, Florida, where they now want to build a new stadium for the MLB team, the Tampa Bay Rays. Yep. The Tampa Bay Rays want a new 30,000-seat ballpark in St. Petersburg. A little expensive. $6.5 billion the development project is.
What's wrong with Raymond James?
Okay, this is what I'm saying. I guess
you're thinking of the wrong sport there, Sabrina.
They play at Tropicana Field,
my bad.
right? And so they haven't been around as a team that long, right? And how bad could their current place be where they're playing?
Oh, people hate on the Trop. I don't know why. I think it's fun.
Wait, what do they say? What's the commentary about how it's bad?
I think they just don't like the idea of a domed baseball stadium. I don't know that there are any more there are definitely not many more indoor baseball stadiums, for one. Mm. And I just think, I don't know. I like it. I think the place is cool. I've been once or twice to some baseball games out there. It's not bad, but I think people don't like the drive. There was a
come on.
There was a push. There was a push to move it to Ybor. They were going to move the Rays to Ybor at one point, and that fell through. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It just gets a bad rap. The Trop.
This says the Rays have played in St. Petersburg since their inaugural 1998 season. The Trop, as the Rays' current home is called, is criticized for being dank. That's the first word that they used.
All right.
I thought dank was good.
I thought it was too. I mean, you have some dank weed there. That means we're going to have a good time.
Maybe this too is a big misunderstanding. Somebody said dank and they're like, well, let's get a new one. And they meant it was a good thing. They said outdated and having roof support beams that are sometimes hit by fly balls. It cost $138 million when it was built in 1990 to draw a major league team to the region, but no more. Now they want a big-ass, brand-new stadium, and guess what? Big surprise. They want the taxpayers to foot a big chunk of the bill for that.
We know a thing or two about that.
Yeah, this is always something that comes up. But whenever I see this, I go, I know that sports teams can bring a lot of money to a city. But I also know that sports teams and sports leagues make a boatload of money, right? And then every time they want something new and flashy, they want the taxpayer to foot the bill for the new place. Should we be paying for this kind of stuff is the question. Let us know what you think over to thenewsjunkie.com. Send us your first dispatch right now. It says the site is on the same 86-acre tract of downtown land where Tropicana Field now sits. They said they would knock this thing down for 2028. That would be the launch date. They got to lock in the funding right now, but this would mean that the team would be staying in the city. I don't know. That's just a lot of money that they want people to foot the bill for. Not the full amount, $6.5 billion, but billions of dollars probably of taxpayer money. Janine says over on YouTube, it's awful. The drive is terrible. It's not in Tampa, and a baseball stadium should at least be retractable, which is her
retraction.
Her concerns with the current facility that they have. They want this brand new one. It'll also have affordable housing at the stadium. Right. That will happen. Guarantee it.
At the stadium?
It says the development project includes affordable housing, retail, bars and restaurants, and a Black History Museum, which they toss in there just so you can't be against it.
I mean, if we think about it, isn't a lot of the housing that surrounds stadiums affordable?
But depending on what neighborhoods they put them in. But sometimes you're right. They want to get the land, so they get the land in a cheaper place, and then it ends up being in a spot where people don't have as much money and the houses aren't worth as much. Affordable housing, though, it's just a work of fiction if you're going to put it near a stadium like this. You're going to build brand new places, and it's going to be totally affordable for everybody. They're never going to hold to that.
Well, they say affordable because you can see the game essentially for free from your balcony in your $3,000 a month apartment.
Because you won't have to buy your season tickets anymore. If you include that in the pricing, then it's totally affordable. Define affordable. Tell us exactly what all this means. All these teams, all around the country, doesn't matter where you are right now, they always want a brand new stadium, and they think that's going to be the solution to all their problems. Didn't the Dolphins, the Dolphins moved around a lot, right?
The Dolphins didn't. It was Miami Marlins got the brand new stadium in downtown.
They got the stadium with isn't there like a pool area in that thing? And
the one in Tampa I thought had a pool, or was it Jacksonville? One of those.
I think Jacksonville has like a little pool, hot tub, some sort of thing area.
I mean, they're massive, massive venues. They're so expensive. They have all of these things that are really over the top. And when they come up with all the big ideas, like, hey, let's put a big pool out there. Let's put this out there. Let's put that out there. You think, wow, that's going to be pretty cool when we go to the game. You're paying for it. You're going to be paying for this stuff. If you're in the Tampa area, this will be on you.
Would you do that experience for like one game? Be like, give us a pool deck with some tiki drinks. We're going to watch the game from the pool. I would do it.
I don't want to be in the pool with these animals.
I think it sounds fun.
I just show up in a robe to the stadium and just like casually undress and cannonball into the pool.
I don't want to be in a pool.
How often do they clean that?
You see what these sports fans do to each other? One of them just killed another one at a game. I don't want to be in a pool with these people.
Would that have happened if they had a pool?
Probably more.
I didn't say
drown somebody.
I didn't say you're necessarily in a pool with strangers. Like you might, they might kind of section it off, so you have like just a little like waiting pool.
I am a skeptic on this one. I don't know that this is the greatest of ideas, but all these teams assure us.
God forbid Sean show his legs somewhere.
I show my legs all the time now. I just can't get any damn sun on them for some reason. I'm just immune to tanning on my legs.
I showed up somewhere without my watch on the other day, and I didn't think it was going to be a big deal. And somebody's like, "Whoa, Seeley, no watch today," and I was like, is the strip of untouched skin that radiant? That it's just like everybody is like a beacon.
It is, too. Ryan on YouTube says, can you please just stop talking about sports, especially Florida sports? You have zero knowledge, Sean, zero. It's brutal to listen to you try. I'm talking about taxes and stadiums, you asshole. Taxes and stadiums, all right? That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I don't think you've even mentioned the fact that, like, a lot of times when the teams want new stadiums, all the taxpayers go back and go, we want championships.
Right. Please, bring us a ring. Russell on YouTube says, nobody is passionate enough about the Rays to kill somebody. So be safe out there. I don't know. I know somebody who's passionate, and I want to get his take on this. Our friend Fritz is the huge fan of the Tampa Bay Rays, and he'll know more about this than any of us. So we'll get some kind of expertise on all of this.
Because correct me if I'm wrong. I think they got close, but wasn't it the Rays that were the holdout for the big hat trick for Tampa, the Champa Bay, because they had the Bucks won the Super Bowl, and then the Lightning won the Cup. The Lightning won the Cup, and so they needed the Rays to round it out.
And they
let them down.
I think they did drop the ball.
Typical. That's how it goes. All right, we got a lot to get to today.
I need you to say it with confidence, so I feel better.
A lot of non-sports stuff to get to today. When we return, police showed up to a house in Columbus, Ohio, and they showed up at the request of some parents there that wanted the police to talk to their daughter, but then things spiraled out of control as it was captured on the body cam one of the officers was wearing. This is a weird situation. Wait till you hear this. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
You know you can always text us, unless you're driving, at 77031. Standard data and message rates apply. Real Mobile is powered by Orange Buick GMC and orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. They specialize in one-of-a-kind custom-designed jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on CR 46A eastbound at the Greenway. The left lane is blocked. There's delays on Florida's Turnpike southbound due to an accident between the Greenway and Osceola Parkway. If I-4 is a part of your commute, you could expect delays eastbound before US 27 and after State Road 429. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Wawa. Wawa has pizza. Wawa has pizza, and it's freshly made. Wawa has pizza until 3 a.m. Brought to you by Wawa, who now has pizza starting at 4 p.m. Wawa has pizza. Gotta have a Wawa.
Coming to Hulu this Friday and Saturday.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
This Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Orlando's best comedy room is safely open. The Orlando Improv welcomes Country Wayne on September 22nd and 23rd. Tickets and showtimes online at theimprovorlando.com. Above all, come for the comedy. We could all use a laugh. The Improv is hiring for all evening positions: line cook, cocktail servers and waitstaff, food runners, dishwashers. We cater to top talent and the best locals in the Central Florida area. Please call us at 407-480-5233 or email for open interviews.
Mr. and Mrs. Flavor, thank you for joining us.
Great to be here. I'm Barry. I'm the flavor of Barry.
I'm Janet. I'm bitter.
You wanted to talk about your son. He's the flavor menthol?
Yes. He's the menthol in a menthol cigarette.
He's such a disappointment. Out there getting people addicted. Being used by big tobacco to target black people. He could have been a lozenge.
Menthol cigarettes are just as addictive as regular cigarettes and harder to quit. Find out how to quit today at tobaccofreeflorida.com.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler. Like choosing Truist One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Hey, Florida. This is Pete from Repipe Specialists, Florida's #1 repipe expert, and I'm here with some important news. If pipes in your home are polybutylene, they're no longer an approved home water piping system. These inferior pipes create incredible damage, causing homeowner insurance policies to be canceled, leaving you with no other option but to repipe your home completely. And this extends to new policies as well. Floridians, if your pipes are polybutylene, call us today at 844-REPIPE-5 to schedule your free in-home estimate. That's 844-REPIPE-5. With over 60,000 complete home repipes and thousands of 5-star reviews, We'll expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. And our work is guaranteed for life. Plus, call 844-REPIPE-5 now, and for a limited time, you can save 20% and get zero interest financing for 12 months on approved credit. If you live in Orlando, Tampa, or the surrounding area, you'll want to call us, Repipe Specialists, at 844-REPIPE-5. Or go to repipe.com now.
Attention homeowners, costly repairs ruining your budget? Get the award-winning Choice Home Warranty and see how much you can save. Get a free quote right now. Just dial pound 250 and say Home Warranty. Limitations apply. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for details. Call now, pound 250, keyword Home Warranty.
It happens in a matter of seconds, but the aftermath can last a lifetime. Car crash, slip and fall. There's only one Mo you should call. The Mo you know. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Call Extreme Air and Electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
Visit Extreme Air online today at extremeairandelectrical.com for special financing available on new home comfort systems. That's your hometown Train experts online at extremeairandelectric.com today. License EAC 1817433.
Call Extreme for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts.
Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit. Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
This is wild. A question for you. Has there ever been a moment in your life where your parents threatened to call the police on you? Like your parents said, oh, I'm going to have the police come out here and they're going to teach you a lesson. They'll set you straight. You'll never do this anymore. And I know that that's something that a lot of parents at least used to say, right? Like when you were getting in trouble and you weren't listening to your parents, they'd go, don't make me call the police. They'll come out here, and next thing you know, you'll be in big trouble, and you don't want that.
I don't know
They'll
if my
haul you off
parents
to jail.
ever made that threat to me. The police one?
Oh, my parents did for sure. Yeah.
Well, your parents were different.
If I was acting up, if I was doing things and not listening to them, 100% they would go, we'll call the cops if we have to. We'll have them come out here. You don't want them to because they'll get real mean with you, Sean.
My parents never said cops, but I think for my little brother had a small phase of military school. You want to go to military school? Your father went to military school. And I'm like, oh, did he though, really? There's one black and white picture of him in a kind of a uniform there.
Well, I knew I was at risk because they did the military school thing with my brother, and they actually sent my brother to military school. Like they said, you're going, and he went off to this military school thing in Okeechobee for a while. But so whenever my parents said that, I was like, oh no, all right, I'll be good. He'd be good for like 24 hours and start screwing around.
Always felt like military school was one of those like TV or movie tropes that somebody got threatened with. Boarding school was one of them too, but I could not tell you where a military school is. Obviously, you just mentioned Okeechobee because that's where your brother went. I wouldn't have known.
Yeah, a lot of people on chat saying, nope, big no. Abraham Dragonfred says, Sean, that's not a normal threat. This is kind of sad. I deserved it, for sure. Like, if I was, I'll give you an example of a time. So I was skipping school a lot when I was going to this high school called Palm Beach Lakes, and I skipped about 21 days in a row or something. And at that point, I got picked up by truancy cops, and they brought me to this place, and they hauled my dad in, and it was a whole scene. And they had told my parents, they were like, he's such a habitual truant. He's skipping school so much that if he keeps doing this, you're going to get in trouble. So my parents would be like, you better get up and you better actually go to school today. Otherwise, we'll call the cops. So there were reasons why they would be doing this stuff. And they would say that they were going to call the cops out. But in this situation, what you had was an 11-year-old child. And so first I'll outline what happened here. Tell me if you think it was okay for the parents to threaten to and actually call the cops out. Now, the parents in Columbus, Ohio, of this 11-year-old daughter, they said they found out that there was some adult, some grown man, I'm imagining, who was talking to this 11-year-old online. And I guess from the story that I'm seeing, it was in some sort of sexual way that this adult was talking to their 11-year-old daughter. And they said that maybe there were some pictures even being sent back and forth. And so if you're the parent in that situation, you start talking to your 11-year-old. And do you ever think, maybe I'm the weird one on this. Do you guys ever think that threatening to call the cops or calling the cops on your child in situations like this is okay, acceptable?
I don't know. I think back about how I was raised, and I feel like I turned out pretty great. And then you think about how certain ways that people were raised affect them for the rest of their life, and they don't address it. And so that could cause some trauma that doesn't really help them at all, but makes matters worse. There might be another way of child rearing.
I don't know. I was never put in that situation, so I never
I just imagine this. What I'm laying out for you here. You have an 11-year-old daughter. She's doing stuff that is wrong, and you know that there's an adult who's trying to manipulate her online and get nude photos and stuff. And you talk to your 11-year-old, and they're resistant, and they're saying, "I'm not going to stop doing this." And what do you do? At that point, you either beat them, which you can't do, hit them with a belt. You can't do this stuff anymore. Or what? All right, fine, keep doing it.
What are the cops going to do?
The cops are going to come out and do a scared straight thing. They've done this so many times.
Scare her by saying they're going to get her on child porn charges?
Well, we'll get to that in just a moment. But
okay.
Ideally, the cops would come out and go, "You are not to be talking to this person on the internet. You have to make sure you're being careful. People are trying to take advantage of you." And the police, as some sort of authoritative figure on the scene, would make the kid think differently about it. Because, maybe I'm the crazy one here, but I'm saying, where do you go? If you have a child who is refusing to do something and you cannot physically discipline that child, I know there's this weird idea that you could, if you just sit down and talk sweetly to them. No, I'm saying in this situation, the child is not listening. They don't care. They're not threatened by the parents. So to call the police out is maybe a last-ditch effort to handle the situation. But the parents who did this were immediately regretful that they did so. So it didn't work out in this case. Here's the story about what happened next in Columbus, Ohio.
Tonight, we're getting a look at a police interaction in Columbus that's being viewed by people across the nation and is shocking those who see it, especially parents.
Columbus police released body camera video of an officer telling a man his 11-year-old daughter could face child porn charges after the father said a predator was targeting his child. The same interaction was also captured on a home security system, and that video went viral on social media. Good evening to you, everybody.
So, Sealand, you were right to suggest that this is where the cops would angle things.
Well, because that's what they've been saying this whole time, is that they warn your children, you got to sit and have a talk with your kids about not taking and sending naked pictures, and B, I think part of the scaring them into not doing it is that you, even though you are a child making the material, can be charged with the distribution of child porn if you are taking the pictures of yourself.
But tell me that they're going after the predator as well.
Well, I would hope so. I think they mentioned that at some point in this story. I was banned for a joke on Twitch says, "I'd beat their ass and say it's how I was raised." I don't think you're going to get away with that anymore. And also in this particular story, if the 11-year-old got a whooping from the parents and then decided to pick up the phone and call the police herself, then the parents would be in trouble. There's nothing you could do in some of these situations. And they felt maybe pushed into a corner and said, well, let's call the cops and try to see if we can hash this out. but it only made things worse.
Thanks for joining us for NBC4 at 11. I'm Kerry Charles.
I'm Colleen Marshall. Last night, we told you about the video and statements from police and city leaders who said they're looking into it. Tonight, NBC4's Caleb Michael takes a closer look.
Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant says the officers in this situation lacked empathy and are not a reflection of the Columbus Police Department.
So the police chief is even dumping on his own officers this quickly into it, saying that they lacked empathy and they didn't do things right.
It's not a great look, honestly.
I want to see what they actually said first. I want to hear from the officers because I know they play the body cam footage. So let's see what was actually said.
Tonight, though, we are getting our first chance to hear and see the moments that led up to this exchange.
Now, here we go.
Just before 7 p.m. on September 14th, Columbus police dispatchers received a call from a concerned father after going on his 11-year-old daughter's cell phone.
I found some text messages on there from somebody that I know to be, it's a grown man, and I do believe it's somebody that he's already got her to send him inappropriate pictures of her, and I didn't know if, we just sent somebody out here, maybe they could look at the phone, maybe he could get caught, I don't know, they could do something about it.
Okay, hold on.
All right, so that was the father calling the police, and he said, I went through my daughter's phone, and on the phone, she was having inappropriate conversations with somebody who was an adult, and he believes that she already sent inappropriate photographs. An 11-year-old sent inappropriate photographs to whoever this person was. So he was saying, can you have somebody come out and help me in this situation? That was the call that started this.
He sent her photos or she sent him photos?
Both.
2 Columbus police officers responded to that home more than 4 hours later. Shortly after, the man who called answered the door. This is the interaction that has now gone viral. It was sent to us by Columbus police, who have redacted the video of the conversation, but left the audio in place.
I just go back now. It's very costly, obviously.
Well, it still happened, though, right?
Yeah. I just the whole point. I just wanted you guys to come over and talk to her.
Oh, that's the dad. He's saying the whole point was I wanted you guys to come over and talk to her. They have blurred out the entirety of this body cam footage because I think maybe they don't want to show the parents or maybe even the 11-year-old pops in.
I just want her to realize what this was. I mean, the reality is not much you guys can do about it.
I mean, she could probably get charged with child porn.
Who, she can?
She's creating it, right? Doesn't matter. She's still making porn.
No, she's not. She's being manipulated by grown-ass adults.
Is she taking pictures, though?
Yes, have a nice evening.
He said, you guys have a nice evening. And that was the father ending the conversation.
I mean, I feel for the dad. That's not why he called, like, to have them scare her straight. I think it was more like, look at this authority figure. That's not your dad. So you don't think I'm just getting grounded. Like, this is why it's dangerous, not you might get arrested for it.
Yeah, I think dad wanted the cops to explain the situation to the daughter. And the idea that how many seconds did it take the cop to get right into, well, we could charge her. I mean,
it was making like the material. I was like,
yeah,
that's not what I meant, man. Bye.
0 to 60. This guy goes into, well, let's arrest your 11-year-old daughter. And the father was like, well, have a nice day. Get out of here. This is not what I was looking for here.
That's serious.
As those 2 officers walk away, one makes a comment.
She's taking pictures of herself naked. She's creating child porn. Is that wrong? Nope.
I spoke with Columbus Police Chief Elaine Bryant today on camera for the first time since the incident.
Every victim of crime deserves to be treated with dignity, compassion, and decency. What I saw in that video did not reflect those actions.
Bryant says as soon as she heard about the incident, an officer reached out to the family to apologize and reassure that father they would investigate.
Yeah, get the guy.
From the beginning, since I've come here, if you're doing the right things for the right reason, I'm going to back you and make sure that I have your back.
My tiny version of this is one time, shockingly, on the show, I'm doing the radio show, and the person I was with at the time, starts texting me and said, somebody broke into the house. Somebody has broken into the house. There's a person in the house right now. And I go, okay, are you serious? And I called her up during the show, and I was like, what's going on? She explained somebody broke into the house and was like standing in the hallway, and she chased after the guy, and, finally he ran out of there. And I said, call the police, right? Let's file a police report here and see if we can find out who did this. So she calls the police. The police come over, and they said, what happened? We said, somebody broke into the house, was in the hallway, wouldn't leave for a second, and then finally ran away. And they said, was the door unlocked? I said, yeah, I think the door was unlocked at the time. And then the cops went into a 15-minute lecture about how you shouldn't leave your door unlocked.
Okay.
And you go, I get it. Like, yeah, of course, right? Like, I understand this, but...
Do you understand it if you're leaving your door unlocked?
We called you over because somebody had actually committed a crime. And instead of talking to us more about the crime that was committed, you've now focused on the error that led to the person gaining access to the house.
But is it breaking and entering if there's no breaking?
Well, I mean, look, it's still breaking into the premises, or it's still going into the house, and they weren't allowed to do it, and it was a crime. But the cops wanted to focus solely on the mistake that was made by, in this case, myself, for not locking the door. And in that case, they ended up finding out the person was somebody who worked in maintenance of the building and had been doing this to multiple apartments in the building, and that's one of 8 million reasons why I left that place.
Well, I think you wanted her to get kidnapped anyway.
Yeah. Wouldn't have been the end of the world. Sunset John says, that is true. Lock your doors. Of course it's true. It's also true that the 11-year-old shouldn't be sending nude photos of herself to an adult. But is that the most important thing at the moment when the police officers arrive? No. It's about the crime that was committed, the victim that called the police officers, and the impetus for the interaction with the police to begin with. That's what it's all about. You don't show up immediately when somebody called you to their house for some help and say, well, how can we arrest an 11-year-old? Now, I understand how you might be locked into a situation where you get a little bit frustrated. Your child seems to be out of control. You kind of throw your hands up in the air. Thankfully, with my son, I never had to deal with anything quite like this. But I've heard of a lot of parents, honestly, that have been in a position where they've tried everything. They're not bad parents. They were very good, loving parents. And they had a child who was acting up and going through that point in their life in their teenage years where they were rebelling. The child wouldn't listen to anything, and they go, well, we'll try to scare them straight. There's programs for this. For God's sake, not that this is the greatest example for all of us, but we've all probably seen on shows like Dr. Phil where the kid is bad, bring the crazy kid in who's doing all this wild stuff.
That?
And then she, millies of millions of dollars on OnlyFans.
And then the cops do this program where they're like, you don't want to be in prison, do you? Here's what your future looks like. So they wanted, in this case, the officers to come over and tell their 11-year-old daughter, what you're doing is very dangerous. We want to try to catch the man, this predator who's contacting you right now on your phone, and do not send any more photos to this person because you could be in really big danger, okay? This is not safe. We're going to investigate and go after this. Instead, the trigger reaction from that officer was to find out how they could get cuffs on an 11-year-old, which is obviously improper. Just obviously the wrong thing to do. And I think that the police chief was absolutely right about this. I don't know what's going to happen next to these folks, but damn, parents are kind of caught in the whole thing here. You heard how fast that dad shut this down.
Yeah,
he was like,
didn't want to be the reason why his 11-year-old gets put in handcuffs. Imagine if they went through with that. Then she'd have to, register as a sex offender? Go to jail?
God. She would be in all kinds of trouble. This has happened to young kids. This thing has happened before. Mark on YouTube says, won't happen if you teach your kid respect when they're young. You are just flat out wrong, okay? I can get 1 million parents to chime in on this. You are just flat out wrong. There is no circumstance where it's like, if you do A, B, C, D, E of parenting, you will always get a perfect child. Not true. Doesn't happen. Not a thing. There are so many situations where, through no fault of your own parent-wise, your child turns out to be a bad kid, a kid who won't listen to you and who won't follow any instructions. And it's not always because you're a bad parent. That's just not true. I hate when people say that kind of stuff.
And it's also, I know that we're talking like parenting in general, and when it comes to bad kids, but it's also worth mentioning in this particular situation, it's very clear this 11-year-old was being groomed online. It's an 11-year-old talking to a predator who's convincing her to sending photos. There is a way, way worse thing going on, and I hope that they were able to catch this person, at least with...
Well, they said they're investigating now, but really, that should have been the focus. That should have been the only focus of this case. That would have been something that they would have been lauded for if they did it. But they decided to go another way. Maybe you agree with them, maybe you don't. Let us know what you think. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, send us a dispatch, and tell us what you think. When we return, I've got the incident report from that politician, Lauren Boebert, who was at the Beetlejuice show, got real excited about Beetlejuice, and there was a lot of rubbing going on in there. I want to see what the actual incident report says, and we're going to read that next. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the mid and upper 80s. Mix of sun and clouds, and the chance for rain will be on the rise after 3 o'clock. You can expect heavy rain, frequent lightning, as well as gusty winds. Do make sure you stay weather aware and depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team. I'm meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Bet Online.
Football is back, and BetOnline.net is your #1 information source for all your sports wagering info with all the up-to-the-minute stats, news, scores, and matchup breakdowns. Get the latest game odds, spreads, and totals from pro football and college football at your fingertips with BetOnline real-time updates. BetOnline, where the game starts.
Mortgage brokers are better, my friends. Why, you ask? Well, they do all of their loans through national wholesale lenders. It's still going to be your standard FHA, VA, or conventional loan, but mortgage brokers have access to dozens of wholesale banks that are competing for your business. And wholesale banks only loan through mortgage brokers like that mortgage guy Don. And that mortgage guy Don is the best because he made the process of getting a quote or comparing the quote you already have super easy. You get a better deal on any home loan when you work with a broker, but you get the satisfaction of simplicity and honesty when you work with that mortgage guy Don. The process of shopping for a mortgage can be complicated and confusing. But now when you go to thatmortgageguydawn.com, it is chock full of information for you, very easy to navigate through. And any question that you have direct access to the man himself via live chat, email, Zoom call, appointment, or get your question answered live this weekend on the Home Loans Radio Show. Plain and simple, no spam, no hassle, just peace of mind. Check it out now, thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with thatmortgageguydawn.com.
Jeep Adventure Days is going on now. Hurry in for great deals on a great selection of Jeep brand vehicles. Well-qualified returning FCA lessees get a low-mileage lease on the 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x2 for $409 a month for 39 months with $2,999 due at signing. Tax, title, license extra. No security deposit required. Call 1-888-925-JEEP for details. Requires dealer contribution and lease through Chrysler Capital. Current lease must end by 9/30/24. Extra charge for miles over 32,500. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 10/2. Jeep is a registered trademark.
Fence Outlet has the largest selection of fencing options in the state with over 400,000 square feet of showroom and warehouse space. Get 0% financing for 12 months for your gorgeous new fence. Book your appointment online today. Go to fenceoutlet.com. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
SafeTouch offer modern options to secure your home or business with just a tap on your phone, watch, or tablet. Right now, buy one outdoor camera with 24/7 recording. Get one free. Visit safetouch.com. SafeTouch. Peace of mind with a purpose. State license number EF2001945.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When you shop here, you win here. Score the Win Drive at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Buy now and make no payments for 6 months. Get 0% APR financing on the best team of Nissans anywhere. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
By now, you've heard all of our ads. America's largest injury law firm. It means that when you hire us, you get a legal army. When it comes to law, size matters. Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
I need your help. I got this. Expendables 4 is definitely rated R.
little violent, perhaps?
Jason Statham.
You almost killed me!
Sylvester Stallone.
You're welcome!
Expendables 4 in theaters Friday.
Mills Air is looking for experienced service techs. Nate certified is a plus, but not required. We have been in business for over 30 years right here in Central Florida. Great pay and benefits. Sign-on bonus depending on experience. Apply at millsair.com.
Getting a Jersey Mike's sub top Mike's way with onion, lettuce, tomatoes, oregano, and the juice is the bee's knees. Actually, it's better than the bee's knees. I mean, what's the purpose of knees on bees? They don't crouch, they just buzz around. But Mike's Way has a purpose, topping your sub the authentic Jersey way. It's the cat's pajamas. Wait, cats don't wear pajamas. Mike's Way is better. Let's just leave it at that. Get your sub top Mike's Way. Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1, sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com, coming October 11th.
So we no longer have our blue check mark.
Actually, it was a white check mark surrounded by blue.
Don't be that guy.
Okay.
We're still at Real Radio 104.1 on Twitter. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Real Radio 104.1.
From you, your dispatches are on the way. It's how you can join the show, and it's easy to do. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, hit record on your first dispatch right now. We've been talking a bit about this situation that has been happening with a politician, and you might remember this. Her name is Lauren Boebert. She is the one who was kicked out of this Beetlejuice performance, I guess a Broadway show of Beetlejuice that they have.
This is the most I've heard people talk about this Beetlejuice show.
I wonder how they feel about it.
More so than when it came to town.
I really wonder how the Beetlejuice folks feel about it. If they're like,
do you think they noticed? Do they could see it from the stage?
I don't know if they could see it from the stage, but they're definitely seeing the headlines about this, and all of them say Beetlejuice. And they're plugging the show in some way, whether it's good or bad. That's a whole nother situation. But if you don't know about this, watch this with me if you're over on YouTube or twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. This is what went down. This is what happened inside the Beetlejuice performance in Denver. You could see this guy with Lauren Boebert. He's getting real handsy. She gets a little handsy over there as well. And, I mean, it goes on for an awkward amount of time. They're just rubbing and tugging and doing all of the things. But now we have the incident report from this for the first time. And I want to read this to see what they said. Again, find this mind-blowing, that somebody brought drugs into the Oval Office in the White House or close to it. And we never heard about that person again, and there was no video footage, and
we don't know what person.
We didn't get a list of potential people.
They don't have productions of Beetlejuice on Broadway at the White House. Maybe it's something we should put on the ballot next year.
This place that they were doing the performance at had cameras and night vision and everything. And so we learned more about this than many other incidents that happen. Here's what it says. Incident report. I got it right in front of me. It says Beetlejuice at the Buell Theater, September 10th, 2023. Lower director, named redacted, received 3 different complaints about the patrons sitting in Orchestra C, Row E, seats 1 and 2. The complaints were that they were vaping, singing, and causing a disturbance. So as Lauren Boebert and this dude she was with are sitting there, multiple people are complaining about what they're doing as the show is going on.
Mind you, and like maybe if you didn't turn around, you wouldn't see the date, like feeling her up. But the footage of her using the vape pen, like she wasn't trying to hide it at all. She was blowing like full clouds behind the heads of the people in front of her.
And I got to be honest with you, if I was in this place and I was watching the Beetlejuice performance, I would have probably said something too, because they were doing a lot.
You turn around to go say something, and the guy's just straight up feeling her up, and it's like, all right, what issue am I going to address first?
It says lower director, name redacted, radioed for support, and supervisor Jorge, Roxanne, and I responded to the location. The patrons were not at their seats when we arrived, and we waited until they returned. Once the patrons returned, I informed them that our usher team had noticed vaping, and also that they were causing a disturbance for the area with noise, singing, using their cell phone, and that they needed to be respectful to their neighbors. So, I mean, even after all of that, they went over to them and said to Lauren Boebert and this dude, and they're like, hey, getting lots of complaints. You guys are doing all of these things. If you could just stop. They gave them another chance after all of that. I said, since there was already multiple complaints, I informed the patrons that if there was another issue that they would be asked to leave. The patrons were argumentative, saying they were in concert with everybody around them. I again informed them it was a group experience and they would be asked to leave if they continued. About 5 minutes into Act 2, somebody radioed that there has been another complaint about the patrons being too loud, and at the time they were also recording the Beetlejuice performance. They continue in the report. I informed the security manager that the patrons were going to be asked to leave, and he accompanied me to the lower B vestibule. I contacted the police department and directed them to the location.
Vestibule.
It took some time, so we met them in the lobby. I entered the house and told the patrons that I needed to speak with them outside the theater. The supervisor was inside the house and observing and accompanying me while I spoke to the patrons. They told me they would not leave. They said, we will not leave. I told them they needed to leave the theater, and if they did not, they will be trespassing. The patrons once again said they will not leave. I told them I would go get the Denver police, and they said, go get them. So, my God, they had like every opportunity to just make this a simple thing. I walked out into the vestibule and radioed for support. They said the officer was on their way. The patron left the theater on their own. Somebody said they told them they could get banned, and they exited the venue. I spoke to the patrons in the vestibule, again telling them they have to leave the property, and they argued. They said stuff like, quote, do you know who I am?
Oh, that
and,
lovely
quote,
phrase.
I am on the board, and, quote, I will be contacting the mayor. So all of the things they were saying on the way out here.
She's on the board of what?
Well, I don't know if that was her or him talking to them. It just says they. I escort them with security and DPD to outside the doors to the Galleria and asked DPD to monitor them until they left the property, and they left after a couple of minutes. They had lots of opportunities to stop here. I mean, they had many opportunities to redeem themselves and just shut up and watch the show.
I would assume that it would be Boebert on the board, if at all, because she might just be saying this. The contact the mayor thing, if I were that guy, I wonder if anybody that was like any of these names that were redacted, any of the security people knew who that was.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because
I don't know.
Like anybody else, I'd be like, all right, call the mayor. Let's you got him on speed dial. Let's call the mayor right now. Let's talk to the mayor.
With politicians, sometimes people don't recognize them because they're not like deeply into the world of politics. So maybe they didn't even know. And that's actually better because they were just treating them like they would treated anybody else. There wasn't like politics involved in the decision making here. And they have all the receipts. They have the footage. They have all of the things that they could need to show who was in the wrong here. And somehow, some way, I don't even think this is negatively impacting Lauren Boebert. I think it's having a positive impact. Let us know what you think about this. send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com to hit record on yours right now. We'll go over to a couple of those in a moment, but that footage of the two of them, they like zoomed in. You see them like, see all the hands action going on.
My favorite detail of that is that one of her first comments was, I'm not going on a second date with that guy. And everyone's like, that was the first date?
That was date one.
Okay, Boebert.
I wonder if they were hammered. Or
I mean, yeah.
This is just how they act. That's a fun first date, man.
Yeah, I didn't even wait for the bedroom. Just straight up night vision, vape, Beetlejuice, and boob grabs.
Also, if she's okay, I'll leave that alone. We're gonna go over to your dispatches momentarily.
That was vague. No, I want to know.
Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. I'm just saying, if she was rubbing vigorously on him, and then immediately afterwards they had to be escorted out of the venue, he may have had to deal with
boner juice.
He may have had
okay, so I just realized what I did there. You see, I replaced Beetle with boner, but when you use that second part, that's inappropriate, and I'm sorry.
Sounds different that way.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what's going on. Let's work in. Oh, we got to take a quick break, actually. We're going to work in those dispatches when we come back. I promise you we will do that. Plus, big news for Deion Sanders. What's happening? You'll find out. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Displaying a level of apathy that can only be achieved through years of studying.
Okay, guess you don't want to be petted.
Cats. Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
If I-4 is a part of your commute, you can expect delays eastbound and westbound through the city between Robinson Street and Fairbanks Avenue. Authorities are clearing up an accident on CR 46A eastbound at the Greenway. Magnolia Avenue is closed due to an accident northbound at Ivanhoe Boulevard and before Virginia Drive. Traveling on Florida's Turnpike, you can expect your regular pockets of congestion. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by HCA Florida Healthcare.
Sharp stomach pain? Advice is here. Consult a nurse. Answers, advice around the clock. Consult a nurse. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up for you. Call 844-70-NURSE. It's free.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Do you want a hassle-free process? Of course you do. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the BBB. That's Better Business Bureau, baby, and thousands of online reviews. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Get the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear. Call Extreme Air and Electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
Visit Extreme Air online today at extremeairandelectrical.com for special financing available on new home comfort systems. That's your hometown Train experts online at extremeairandelectric.com today. License EAC 1817433.
Call Extreme for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme Team.
The number one cause of accidents is distracted driving, like cell phones, eating, and playing with the radio. So leave it right here on Real Radio. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
Listen, could Gregory change your life?
I went from size 44 pants back to the size 38 pants that I had worn when I was in college. Now the 38-inch pants fall off of me. I lost the weight. I felt better. I've lost 63 pounds and 6 inches of pant size. God bless you for having this product and having it at a reasonable price.
Outstanding. Gregory is 70 and lost belly fat and 6 inches off his waist in 5 months. Since 2004, Andro 400 has been helping men like you lose belly fat, gain energy, and improve their lifestyle. We guarantee it. Go to andro400.com for more true testimonials, before and after photos, and special discounts. Only available on andro400.com. andro400.com.
The Pepperoni Pizza Meatball Sub from Firehouse Subs is back.
with Italian meatballs, extra provolone, and crispy pepperoni on a garlic bread roll. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Pepperoni Pizza Meatball Sub, for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. At participating locations, Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers will together donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Hey, you want to get a Big Green Egg? The best place to go by far is Wassie's Meat Market. They will deliver and set up the Big Green Egg for you, and they make it so easy. Follow them on Instagram. It's Wassie's Meat Market, or just go to their website, wassiesmeatmarket.com, to get your Big Green Egg today.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
That's right. It's a real mess out there, Kate. We're seeing heavy congestion on the eastbound lanes of the main expressway with traffic backed up for miles.
What do traffic and debt have in common? You don't want to be in either for too long. Move into the fast lane with Fairwinds Credit Union. We'll help you set goals, save more, and be your guide to achieving financial freedom together. Visit fairwinds.org/together and become a member today. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
Add value and security to your property today by contacting Fence Outlet. Now offering customers 0 down and 0% financing for 12 months on any Fence product. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more details. Terms of financing apply. License number C-10252 and C-10803.
Attention homeowners. Get Choice Home Warranty's award-winning service for 25 major systems and appliances before a breakdown. Get a free quote right now. Just dial pound 250 and say home warranty. Limitations apply. Visit choicehomewarranty.com for details. Call now, pound 250, keyword home warranty.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Find out at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Seems to be asking them, so I'll step up and ask the real question. If we now know that this guy who died at the New England Patriots home game last weekend, the dude that was hit twice at least in the head by some rival fan, and for those of you who don't know, they were at Gillette Stadium, and these two, I guess, were yelling at each other for the majority of the game. They're screaming back and forth, my team's better than your team, and all this sports fighting going on. And the younger guy goes over to Dale Mooney, 53 years old, lifelong Pats fan, 30-year season ticket holder, and he punches this guy in the head. And he punches him a couple more times, and then Dale Mooney hits the ground, and he dies. He ends up dying at this football game. And if we now know that the guy who died got punched first, why isn't the other dude being charged? Why isn't the other person hit with charges? I don't know about murder or anything, but like, hey, manslaughter, something here.
Definitely manslaughter.
If you're hitting somebody else and they die, it doesn't matter that it was a fight between two people. You still can be charged with things like manslaughter for killing somebody as a result of the fight that you got in.
Are they saying that it's an ongoing investigation, or they have announced that they're not going to charge the guy?
They haven't made any statement on this yet, as far as I can tell. But it says a man who died at a New England Patriots home game last weekend was punched at least twice in the head during a fight in the stands with a rival fan, a witness said Tuesday. Police and safety personnel responded to the upper deck at Gillette Stadium shortly before 11 p.m. and found Dale Mooney, 53, of New Hampshire, in apparent need of medical attention. Yeah, in need of medical attention, you could say. They tried CPR, they tried everything on this guy, and they could not revive him. The Norfolk County District Attorney's Office said in a statement Monday, Mooney was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The Massachusetts State Police are investigating what the district attorney deemed an incident at the stadium. The AP reports. Gillette Stadium officials have said they were heartbroken by the death of Mooney, who they described as a Patriots fan and a season ticket holder. Now, here's a witness chiming in on what they said happened. Witness Joey Kilmartin shot video of what he said was a brutal fight. In interviews with several local media outlets, Kilmartin said he saw Mooney, a Patriots fan, confront a Miami Dolphins fan with whom he had been arguing during most of the game, which the Dolphins won. He basically engaged in mutual combat with another fan, he said. A lot of people started trying to pull them apart. It looked like somebody was in the middle of them, and then a man in the Dolphins jersey reached over and he connected with 2 punches to the victim's head.
Mutual combat.
I know, it sounds weird when you say it that way. It wasn't something crazy or out of the ordinary.
That would not have sold as many video games as Mortal Kombat.
They said until 30 seconds later, the guy wasn't getting up. The results of an autopsy were expected this week, a spokesperson for the district attorney office said. So, to me, Dolphins fan goes over, and if the Dolphins fan throws the first punch on the Patriots fan, punches him in the head a couple of times, and that leads to his death, you're talking about a charge there. I mean, this is not just a fight gone wrong. Oh, no, boys will be boys. This is like you have now committed a crime, multiple crimes, actually. But you've committed a serious crime where you did something that resulted in the death of another person. And I don't know what. Maybe they're trying to find more footage from fans that, like, put their cameras out and film this.
Is there not security footage at the stadium?
There should be. I mean, this is a football game. There are cameras everywhere at something like this.
More people, I think, just need to talk to the fine folks at the Denver Center for the Performing Arts and just, like, what is your setup and how can we get one?
Their security setup is premier, but maybe they have the same kind of setup over at Gillette Stadium. I mean, I've told this story, I think, previously, but for those of you who haven't heard, my sister, way back in the day, she moved to Baltimore for a little while, and she was living with these people, and she was younger, and they were having some drinks, and these 2 guys were very close friends, and one of them gets in a fight with the other. And one of the friends picks up a beer mug, like you would have at a bar, and he brings it back and he hits the other friend of his over the head with the beer mug because of the fight that they were in. And he died. The person he hit with the beer mug died. And that is a crime. You're not just screwing around. It's, oh, sorry, what a weird accident. How terrible. That's an actual crime that you committed that you should spend some serious jail time for. And I don't understand why it would take this long, but it must be that they're just kind of dotting the I's and crossing the T's on this. Over on Twitch, dudes out there drinking, watch the old pigskins, and murder one another. Long gone are the days of 7-layer bean dip and jalapeno popper recipe exchanges. I was talking about this yesterday with Courtney. I was like, man, it's insane to me that grown-ass adult men, people who have jobs and pay bills and are responsible for children and all this other stuff, will be so obsessed with their sports team of choice and so into the world of that sports team that they will fight another person who disagrees, and that they will go to this level where the person ends up dying.
They will fight someone. They will destroy, not only relationships or friendships, but actually like do physical harm to property. You've ever been around somebody whose team lost? Day is ruined, maybe even week, and dare you do any sort of like poking at it, like, oh, can't believe the Dolphins suck so bad. You might get punched in the face. Like, it really is incredible, yet no one addresses it because it's all about the sports, baby. I mean, that's what you expect during football season.
Yeah, I don't get that mindset. I mean, you know me. I'm not like that. I'm not into that world of sports, and I don't have anything that I would be that upset about. Really, I don't think. When people
you were pretty down in the dumps when Trump lost. You kept saying stolen, stolen.
And then he had that nice trip to D.C. on the 6th, which was nice.
And none of those things are true, just for new listeners, just for the record. But some of you sports fans, man, just reel it in. Get it together a little bit. Make sure that you're not getting in fights as an adult. I also think, and I know this is crazy, considering some of the things you've heard me say on this show, there's an age at which, once you get past it, you shouldn't be getting in fistfights anymore. All right? If you're in your 40s
Says
or
the
your
guy
50s,
who talks about punching people all the time.
I say these kind of things because we're doing a radio show. But in reality, I want to get into a fight with another grown adult?
It's embarrassing.
Yes, you're grown. You're in your 30s or in your 40s or in your 50s, and you're trying to fight somebody else? God damn it, man. Live your life. Go do something important for once. Get out there and don't get upset over little things and turn that into a fight. You're no better than the teenagers who are doing this kind of stuff. You're the adult. You're supposed to be the grown-up in the world, and it doesn't look like people are so many times. Okay, we'll go over to your dispatches momentarily, see what's on your mind. All things are going well for Deion Sanders and his team.
Coach Prime.
Which is 3-0. Coach Prime kicking ass and taking names. Mind you, his team that he took over and started winning with only won one game last year.
Nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, it's a perfect situation for him to take over. It's like this team sucked. This team was full of a bunch of kids who didn't want to work hard, didn't want to play football at the level that they were at, wouldn't put in the work, wouldn't put in the energy, just wanted to magically get wins without the legwork that you have to do. And Deion Sanders appears to be a great leader and a good coach, and goes in and fires these kids up and puts them on a whole nother level, on a big stage, and starts winning. And now they said Colorado State University and Colorado, they were playing. It was an overtime game, I believe. I think the game went on to like the wee hours of the morning, this game that was on ESPN. And they said that the game drew in 9.3 million viewers, making it the highest rated college football game ever, according to some of the stories that I saw.
Ever?
Maybe not including like
national championships, bowls.
Just regular season college football game. They said it was the highest ratings that they had ever seen for something like this. 9.3 million people tuning in. So he's really got something going over there at that program. Now, inevitably, they're probably going to lose a game here or there, and then people will come back
Sean.
at him.
That attitude.
And they'll go, look, we won't win. But we won't win all of them, but he seems to be doing a great job turning things around. All right, let's go to those dispatches. Here is the Big Show talking about football outrage.
News junkies, your boy Big Show here. So, Sean, you're talking about sports fans going crazy. I actually have a video that I posted up on TikTok. If you look it up, it's IMSHO247. The guy breaks his TV because the Dallas Cowboys lost.
Mm-hmm.
No. Come on.
Yeah.
No, I'm a
That's
huge
always
Dolphin
a thing,
fan.
man.
Yeah.
Would never break any of my property. Not happening. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop, Big Show out.
But you know all of that is so set up. It just it happens to be that your family member is filming you watching the game, and it's pointed towards the TV. I wonder what's going to happen next. Was the TV broken already, and now you just get a viral clip out of it?
No, not for nothing. TVs have never been cheaper, so a replacement isn't like the end of the world for you. So people are like, here we go.
I was at Costco over the weekend, and we saw couple TVs that were bigger than yours, Sean. Mm-hmm. And I was so tempted.
Oh, man. They got anything up in like the 80s or 90s?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had two next to each other. One was 85, the other was 86. Exact same price. $10.99.
I think mine's 84. I want 100. I want a 100-inch television.
And Ashley, because you've seen how mine is like mounted on the fireplace, and then it's kind of centered in the brick, of the fireplace. And she's like, it would just stick out on either end. I'm going to go, yeah, fine, perfect,
and
sounds great.
Would be awesome. That's what we're going for. We want wings on this thing. Here is Funny Name with a dispatch.
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Asking someone, do you know who I am, is not the flex you think it is. If you have to ask if they know who you are, they clearly don't. And if anyone asks, do you know who I am, they should be rocketed into the sun in a spaceship. Forget those people.
Yeah, that is a bad phrase to utter during some sort of public situation where people are telling you to leave or, addressing your behavior. Not a good look ever. You want to join us on the show? You got something to say? We'd love to hear from you. Go over to thenewsjunkie.com and record your first dispatch right now. When we come back, at some point here, I don't know if we'll be able to squeeze this in, but we have a crazy update on the woman who named her son Methamphetamine Rules. This is a weird update that I did not expect to that. But we definitely will talk about when we get back an update on MGM Resorts, which has been under a cyber attack and has been in all sorts of trouble for now 8 or 9 days, and 10 days, actually. I think it's at the 10-day mark. And what is happening behind the scenes at MGM Resorts? What is going on with this hack? We'll give you the update on that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio. It is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
On the mom, Bad Bunny.
Mira, es Bad Bunny, aquí jangueando con los monstruos en la mañana. Bad Bunny, baby.
Yeah, baby. Thank you, Mr. Bunny. Oh, my God. Yo, we are so...
The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.1.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Watch out for bumper-to-bumper traffic due to an accident on the Greenway heading northbound between I-4 and Osceola Parkway. The right lane is blocked at Exit 2, Celebration Avenue. You can expect your regular delays on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. Expect delays. There's an accident on Highway 1792 northbound at Michigan Street. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Coming to Hulu this Friday and Saturday.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
This Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2024 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
Saturday, September 23rd, it's Pitmasters and Pourers in Mount Dora when ultimate barbecue meets bacon, beer, and smooth bourbon. Enjoy bacon and barbecue from local Pitmasters. Live music from Cat Ridgway, Sean Holcomb, Stephen Cardwell, and Bailey Callahan. Tickets are just $15. Sponsored by Yingling, City of Mount Dora, and Visit Lake. Pitmasters and Pourers, Saturday, September 23rd, 3 to 10 p.m. at Elizabeth Evans Park in Mount Dora. Go to cityofmountdora.com for tickets and info.
Did you know that the Hartford sells small business insurance? Now you do. For over 30 years, they have been helping to protect small businesses just like yours. To learn more, find an independent agent, or get a quote, visit thehartford.com/smallbusiness. That's thehartford.com/smallbusiness. The Hartford is the Hartford Financial Services Group, Inc. and its property and casualty subsidiaries, including issuing company Hartford Fire Insurance Company. Its headquarters is in Hartford, Connecticut.
I need your help. I got this. Expendables 4 is definitely rated R.
Little violent, perhaps?
Jason Statham.
You almost killed me!
Sylvester Stallone.
You're welcome!
Expendables 4 in theaters Friday.
Hey, Florida. This is Pete from Repipe Specialists, Florida's #1 repipe expert. And I'm here with some important news. If pipes in your home are polybutylene, they're no longer an approved home water piping system. These inferior pipes create incredible damage, causing homeowner insurance policies to be canceled, leaving you with no other option but to repipe your home completely. And this extends to new policies as well. Floridians, if your pipes are polybutylene, call us today at 844-REPIPE-5 to schedule your free in-home estimate. That's 844-REPIPE-5. With over 60,000 complete home repipes and thousands of 5-star reviews, we'll expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. And our work is guaranteed for life. Plus, call 844-REPIPE-5 now, and for a limited time, you can save 20% and get zero interest financing for 12 months on approved credit. If you live in Orlando, Tampa, or the surrounding area, you'll want to call us, Repipe Specialists, at 844-REPIPE-5, or go to repipe.com now.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ziprecruiter.com/free. That's ziprecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
When the going gets tough, Ram trucks keep you going. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Power Days. Ram, built to serve. Now during Ram Power Days, current owners or lessees get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level B package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 10/2/23.
Save time and money with the PVC fence in a box from Fence Outlet. It comes with everything you need for an average backyard of 120 feet starting at $22.60. Go to fenceoutlet.com today for more information and store locations. License number C10252 and C10803.
Just call up. Just call up. Just call up. Just call up. Ain't you don't go. Just call up.
Mo DeWitt, Office, Orlando. Sung by non-attorney spokesperson.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, this is Mike Wright from the Fantasy Footballers Dynasty Podcast. You heard that right. The Fantasy Footballers have officially entered the Dynasty space. Every week, we bring you the same in-depth analysis and entertainment you've come to expect from the Fantasy Footballers, only now it's from the Dynasty perspective. Join me and the rest of the crew every Wednesday for a new episode. Listen to the Fantasy Footballers Dynasty Podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Start driving the truck that you deserve today. Visit nationstrucks.com right now. No payments until 2024 with approved credit.
Dispatches in just a moment. Mark my words on this. This is going to be a trend that you start to see a bunch of companies doing. And when they do it, call them out on it. Tell them you hate it. Tell them you don't like it. Push back on it. because it's ridiculous. See, H&M is already doing this. It's like a clothing retailer for mostly younger people. And what they've decided to do is they go, hey, we used to do free returns. If you buy something and you don't like it and you want to return it, we used to do those for free online. But now we're not going to do it. We're going to charge you for returning stuff. And we're doing this to reduce emissions.
Oh, please.
And all these corporations, never trust corporations that say stuff like this. All these corporations that are be like, we're doing this for the climate. We're doing this to reduce our carbon footprint. We're doing this to reduce emissions. Nonsense. They're doing this to make more money. That's why they always do these things. But it's like a new excuse for companies to raise their costs because we want to be more environmentally friendly. And
so what are they saying by charging you? How does that, one, reduce emissions, and two, is the money that they are now quote unquote profiting must be going towards some sort of conservation fund, right?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
By charging for returns, H&M could cut back on the amount of carbon emissions it puts out, cutting back on the negative environmental impact created by mass returns, which doubles down the amount of pollution it puts out. And they go on about carbon dioxide emissions, yada, yada, yada.
This just more sounds like it's less about emissions and more like trying to make you think twice before you order something that you might just return.
Yep, and that's the biggest problem with online retailers is the returns. Because people are buying clothes, and it's very likely that the clothes might not fit just right, or there's something about them that people don't like it. It's one of the most returned purchases is when you're buying clothes and you're ordering them online. So watch these companies because there's a lot of this that's going to happen. They'll go, look, we're having to raise our rates a little bit, but we're not doing this for us as a corporation. We're doing it so we can reduce our carbon emissions, everybody. That's what we want to do. This is for the climate, and I know you're very worried about that. So you're doing a good thing by giving us more money. All of these big, giant corporations love stuff like this.
I love that.
Because they can charge more and then look like they're doing a real good thing.
I would love to see a tour of their facilities, of where they create these clothes and these products. And most importantly, the giant pipes that are putting out all the emissions into the sky that they're trying to lessen.
Yeah, why don't we figure out where they're making their clothes before we get into any of this? Like, is H&M like, are we talking like some little sweatshop situation?
Absolutely.
let's fix that, right?
Are you kidding me?
Let's see if they're making these on the up and up first before we get to reducing carbon emissions.
Half the time, it's not about. I mean, it's not that the companies are reducing their carbon emissions. It's almost the same amount of carbon emissions. They are doing other environmentally sound things to try and even the score.
Right.
So, like, there are like concert tours that'll say, Dave Matthews does this. They go, hey, we want you to donate to this thing that we're doing where we're trying to even out. We've done so much carbon. We calculated all the carbon emissions that we are going to put out for this tour, and we're going to turn around and plant X amount of trees that will even out. That will suck in that amount of carbon and change it into breathable oxygen.
Yeah, carbon offsets are one of the biggest scams out there, and people like it because it sounds good. And when my HelloFresh delivery comes every Monday or Tuesday, it says delivered with no extra carbon emitted and all that stuff.
I mean, it's a pat yourself on the back, but also we know why you're doing it. It's like donating to the blood bank,
Well, you know what they do for these carbon offset companies? Like, here's an example of one thing they do. You were right, Celine. They'll say, we're going to plant X number of trees to offset the carbon that we emitted into the environment. And then there's companies, a lot of them are in Africa, and what they'll do is they'll go, okay, we're the carbon offset company, and you are purchasing 100,000 trees. And they'll load up 100,000 seeds. They'll go up into the air over a field. They'll throw 100,000 seeds out and go, bam-o, perfect. We solved the problem. And you go, well, hang on. These aren't actually all going to turn into trees. Barely any of these will actually turn into anything down the road. But it's like, nope, we checked it off. and it's just transferring money back and forth so people can feel good about themselves, or companies can feel good.
It reminds me of like the donating to the blood bank thing. I mean, it's a great thing to do because people need blood, but the blood bank is profiting hand over fist over all the free blood you just gave them that they paid you a movie ticket for.
Yeah,
they are raking in the dough for this. I paid attention a little bit during the last Apple announcement, and they gave a lot of their new carbon neutral facts. Like the new watch is supposed to be like the first carbon neutral product they have, and they gave a bunch of these facts from this woman that was standing in front of their like massive solar farm that they've got out in the desert somewhere. That's good stuff. They're making all the boxes smaller so that they can ship more products in one box and reduce those emissions. That's good stuff. But they're still just making a buttload of money.
Right. And all this stuff is nonsense, or at least the majority of it is. I saw one time a report on this. It was pretty interesting. And there was a big like farmland area out in this African city. And the company that owned it was involved in the carbon offset process. And essentially, what you would do is you would pay this money, or you pay money to this company. And what they would say is, well, we were going to build a whole bunch of big buildings out here, and we were going to have like a whole industrial area here, but we won't do it because you're instead giving us this carbon offset money. So they like have the threat of, we're going to build a bunch of stuff, and if you pay them money, they won't build the stuff, so you're offsetting the carbon that they would have created. It's like, this all is nonsense. But
also, how stupid do you think we are when they say stuff like that?
But people just like read it, and it's almost like, you know where we saw this a lot? We've all seen this. You've seen this, Sabrina. When you go to the grocery store and they have all the buzzwords on the packages. Yeah. And it's like organic,
cage-free.
Cage-free.
We talked to the chickens before we murdered them.
Happy chickens.
There's ones where it'll say gluten-free, where it's not even a product that would have gluten in it to begin with. Okay. What?
Yes. Thank you for buying our gluten-free water.
Right. It's like they put all these things all over the containers and the packaging that they have, because most consumers just go, all right, this sounds good. On we go with our consumerism. And so that's what you're going to see a lot more of, these companies doing this. And I wish that there were actually a lot of companies doing good things, because planting trees is awesome. Planting trees is a great thing. It's fantastic. But when we just have a company that wants to say in their commercials, hey, we're doing great stuff for the environment, and we just have somebody on the other side who doesn't really care and wants to take the money and do as little as possible, nothing occurs, but people pat themselves on the back anyways. All right, over at MGM, they're currently losing up to $8.4 million a day as the cyber attack rolls on. Slot machines, hotels, all affected by this. And they said 10 days in now, they've been affected by this hack that happened to them. They generate $42 million in revenue and $8 million in cash flow every single day. And they're taking a hit of about a fifth of that at the moment. And I guess they don't want to pay out the ransom like Caesars did. Caesars may be happy with their decision just to pay and get it away.
And get back to making money. We're back to making money now.
Yeah, get rid of all of the distractions. But MGM going another route here, and we'll see if it pays off for them. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina, what's coming up on the next episode?
Microphone on. Rule number 1 for radio. Are you ready? Cool. What's coming up on the next episode? The first painting from Bob Ross TV's show is up for sale. You'll just need millions of happy little trees. An update on Vanna White's contract with Wheel of Fortune, and let's just say she's going to buy all the vowels. Plus, breaking, shocking, never saw it coming news, Danny Masterson is getting a divorce. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio, at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan, brought to you by Gringos Locos and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James, Miguel, Ken, and Mike. And Real Music starts tonight at 10 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the mid and upper 80s. Mix of sun and clouds, and the chance for rain will be on the rise after 3 o'clock. You can expect heavy rain, frequent lightning, as well as gusty winds. Do make sure you stay weather aware and depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team. I'm meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com, and I sell custom blinds designed for do-it-yourselfers. Unlike stock blinds offered at big box retailers, Blindster blinds are custom made for your windows and shipping is free. Don't hire an expensive pro. Do it yourself and save big at Blindster.com.
So not that long ago, I was here in the studio, and the moment I walked through the door, I knew something was wrong. It was warm in here. It was not comfortable at all, and I knew that there was something wrong with the air conditioner. And if you're like me, when that happens, you go, I'm not even going to try to mess with this. I'm not watching a bunch of YouTube videos. Let me get the experts out here. But I needed somebody fair, somebody honest, somebody who was going to do a great job. And that decision was easy. Mills Air is the best of the best. These guys are great. Their techs are really, really fantastic, phenomenal people, and they know how to fix every kind of AC you might have out there. And in my case, in the studio, Mo from Mills Air came in. He explained it to me, so it made sense because I don't know how any of this stuff works. And then he went above and beyond. Took the whole unit apart and put it back together, and it's worked perfectly ever since. They don't just treat me this way. This is how customers are treated at Mills Air because they want customers for life. That's why they've been around for over 30 years, since 1992, doing exactly this kind of work. They are a Carrier factory authorized dealer, which can get you access to big rebates. And you can always turn to the experts at Carrier. You can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Give them a call at 407-277-1159 or find them online at millsair.com.
Look, some choices in life are complicated. Others, thankfully, are much simpler, like choosing True as One Checking. There are no overdraft fees, lots of practical perks, and when your life evolves and account balances grow, we'll upgrade your perks automatically. Truist One Checking. One simple choice. Truist Bank. Member FDIC.
Are you experiencing tooth pain? Advanced Endodontics can help. With state-of-the-art care, experienced and compassionate staff, and 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida, we make it easy to find the relief you need. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, so you can achieve the smile of your dreams. And the best part is, no referrals are needed. Schedule your appointment today at ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
Since 2004, men choose Andro 400 for one reason: results.
I've lost 35 pounds. It's just unbelievable. I never lost weight like that easily in my life.
Congratulations, Stephen, on losing 35 pounds. Now, listen to Leonard's results.
So when I went to my doctor, I was telling him about your product, Andro 400, and he said that it was okay for me to take it. So I started taking it. I just came back from the doctor yesterday. I'm down to 190 from 236, and he told me to continue to doing what I'm doing.
Outstanding, Leonard, losing 46 pounds. Guys, if achieving results like losing belly fat, gaining energy, and improving testosterone levels are what you're looking for, then get Andro 400. We guarantee the results. Start today and get free shipping. Go to andro400.com. andro400.com. andro400.com.
Warning. If you are 60 or older, RSV can be a dangerous respiratory virus.
Not all dangers come with warning labels. Talk to your pharmacist or doctor about getting vaccinated against RSV today. Learn more at bewareofrsv.com. This message is brought to you by Pfizer.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush is different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. I mean, 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
Listen up. This is so easy. Do you want the most money for your used car? Do you want a hassle-free process? Of course you do. Give Me the VIN is A+ rated by the BBB. That's Better Business Bureau, baby, and thousands of online reviews. Give Me the VIN will beat your written CarMax offer or write you a check for $100. It's that simple. Get the most money for your used car right now at GiveMeTheVIN.com. America's best car buyer.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVIN.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
O'Reilly. Do you need new wiper blades but aren't sure which ones are right for you? The professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts can help. We'll show you the best options for your specific vehicle and even install your new wipers for free. And right now, save $10 per pair on Bosch Focus wiper blades, plus get 2 times O-Rewards points. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hear the latest news from the headlines on your phone. Download the free iHeartRadio app for exclusive live coverage of breaking news. From what's happening where you live to what's happening across the country. Live from the center of the story. Listen for free anywhere, anytime. Download the free iHeartRadio app today.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile. And the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time. There's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena, Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
This Friday and Saturday.
10 p.m. Eastern, 7 Pacific.
So until they ban it, you can still find us here at Real Radio 104.1 on TikTok. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
The next episode in just a moment. All things happening in the world of entertainment and beyond. And don't forget, Fritz on the Street is coming up momentarily. So everybody get loaded up and ready to go.
Let's get loaded.
And don't forget, you can watch the action over on YouTube and twitch.tv/The News Junkie. Go check that out right now. Get ready for Fritz on the Street. Right now, let's get into it. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, you can't possibly keep up with all of it. Even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
Boom, boom.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And, of course, the Home Loans Radio Show that you can tune into every single weekend. Or if you want to hear the past episodes, they are there, right there on the website, ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. And you know what? I just saw he posted, and I shared it on my story. I don't know if it's been 24 hours already, but give him a follow on Instagram. He's got some new stuff coming out, very entertaining. He's going to help you today with refinancing or buying your first dream home. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with That Mortgage Guy Don.
A lot of big premieres on this day, and I will start with this one. 32 years ago, 1991, this debuted on ABC.
Oh, that's familiar. Full House.
Step by Step.
Oh, it's Step by Step?
It was in
It's in the lyrics.
the first.
I know that, but I thought that was the Full House song. How's the Full House song go?
Full House.
Full house of full.
Yeah, we're a house that is full.
Whatever happened to predictability? That's what it is. Yeah.
All right, I will let you make up your point. Who was on Step by Step that debuted 32 years ago on this day?
I don't remember.
She loved to work out. She has 2 S's in her name.
Suzanne Summers.
That is correct. Points.
That's points.
And Patrick Duffy was also
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
debuted on this day as well. 39 years ago. Sean, I think you're going to get this one. This debuted.
Oh, who's the boss?
That is correct. Alyssa Milano became a household name, as well as the main guy,
Tony
the
Danza.
the boss.
Yeah, Tony Danza was
Tony
great.
Danza. And that, worked out for the careers of Susan Sarandon and Patrick and Alyssa. And it was 39 years ago on this day as well that this show debuted on NBC.
Sanford and Son?
Nope. What was
the Cosby Show.
That's right. Zippity-zappity zoo. I made a drink for you. And Bill Cosby, no longer on the Cosby Show, but I don't know. He's out now.
Yeah, he's free.
Just doesn't have his sight. What is he doing, you think, these days?
I was going to do like a big stand-up tour, and then I don't know, maybe it fell apart or something.
Well, speaking of falling apart, let's continue this train choo-choo. Turns out, this is wild, you guys. Never saw it coming. Danny Masterson's marriage is falling apart because he's getting divorced.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Bijou Phillips has filed for divorce from Danny Masterson.
A chorus of bijous.
I loved it. Let's try it again, but in harmony. I'll take the melody. 3, 2, 1. Bijou.
Nailed it.
Thanks for doing it with me, you guys.
I'm trying to log back into chat over here.
Oh, right. Because we're not in the middle of a segment. We need to
I can't do those two things at the same time?
Apparently not, because you weren't part of the Bijou harmonizing.
Don't come at me for doing other things while a segment's going on.
Less
Don't come at me for
than
that.
2 weeks after he was sentenced to 30 years to life for raping 2 women, Bijou's attorney released a statement that's, well, they're calling it interesting. It says, and I quote, Ms. Phillips has decided to file for divorce from her husband during this unfortunate time. Her priority remains with her daughter. This period has been unimaginably hard on the marriage and the family. Mr. Masterson was always present for Ms. Phillips during her most difficult times of her life, but Ms. Phillips acknowledges that, and then she is going to not be present for, I guess, his most difficult time.
Yeah,
And
I wonder
that's
if he...
rotting in prison.
I wonder if he told her, like, yeah, just, move on, divorce me, all that kind of stuff.
Was she at the trial?
Yeah, she was super supportive of him. Like, she was one of the only people
she was
who...
standing by her man.
Yeah, definitely. So that's why it's kind of surprising right now that it would go this way.
A lot of talk about both of their ties to Scientology having something to do with this.
Now, riddle me this. Maybe it's a Mo question, but you divorce your husband who is now going to jail for 30 years to life.
Mm-hmm.
Does he pay alimony in jail?
I don't know how that works.
Does that become part of a different...
He very
kind of
clearly
deal?
had money. Like, he's got money from the TV show and from other stuff that he's been involved with. So I would guess he would have to pay up.
Mo list, anybody?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of money, our a great financial standoff is finally over. Thank God we can sleep at night. Vanna White is returning to Wheel of Fortune. She extended her run through 2025 and until 2026. So just, I guess they go in the middle of the year, like they continue the season.
Probably goes by seasons, yeah.
Taking her 2 years into Ryan Seacrest's run as host. No word on how much Vanna's making, but sources are saying she got a substantial increase from the $3 million salary that she was earning for the past 18 years. So welcome back, Vanna. I'm sure it's going to be super charming, and I can't wait to not really watch that show at all. This band right here is making headlines barely.
I do
In sync?
Boys to Men?
You guys are in the range.
98 degrees.
98 degrees is correct. We got Nick. We got Nick's brother.
The other guys.
Drew. And then the other two as well. By the way, they're currently on tour. A reunion tour, 25th anniversary. And the promo picture, it's like... I've never felt so old in my life.
Oh, no. Do they look real old and like gray hair and stuff?
Maybe we can find it while I'm giving you the details because they are very, very mad at this group.
And sing.
Oh, yeah. They say, and I quote, "NSYNC stole our reunion thunder, bitch."
Okay.
I added the bitch part. At 98 degrees while they're on tour, but you wouldn't even know it. All anyone can talk about is NSYNC getting back together, even though it's just for one song for the Trolls movie. And they're doing the Hot Ones episode this week. In a recent interview, Nick Lachey said Justin Timberlake and company stole their thunder, but of course he was just kidding. 100 degrees. He says the brother Drew, right?
They do look pretty.
Show the people on the stream.
They do look older.
Yay.
Man.
All right.
I mean, it's the top left for me that still's wearing the wife beater.
Yeah. And he's got the 98 degrees tattoo. He got the tattoo of the band he's in on his own arm.
Cool.
Good for them. But they're
They
back.
sold 15 million records and had 4 top 10 singles. That's better than I thought they did.
That was the hardest thing they ever had to do. His brother Drew added, "When one succeeds, we all succeed," because we're all kind of alike. Us, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. You sure about that?
Mm-hmm.
We're all clumped into the same kind of pile there. So if one's elevated, it elevates everybody. So grab your tickets for 98 degrees.
NSYNC and the Backstreet Boys are lumped into the same grouping.
Yes.
They're like the next tier, like with LFO and those kind of those bands.
Garbage, you're about to say.
No.
I'm pretty sure there's only one LFO that's still alive. Or did the guy just die too?
I don't know.
Rest in peace, whoever is alive or not. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, forget 98 Degrees, NSYNC, or Backstreet Boys. It turns out this gal is the most searched person and term on Google. Would you like to give it a guess?
Most searched person.
Mia Khalifa.
No.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is right. Now, this has been the case many times in the past when Taylor Swift announced the Eras Tour, when Eras Tour broke Ticketmaster. But this time it's different because Google itself has driven her to be number one by using vaults as Easter eggs. Have you heard of this vault thing?
So I tried to do this yesterday because I saw they made it so Taylor Swift fans have to solve all of these puzzles. And when I say all these, I mean like a lot of puzzles. And if they solve all the puzzles, then it unlocks the vault or something like that.
And what happens in the vault?
I don't. Then her album is released, I think.
But
it was supposed to work. If you Googled Taylor Swift, it was supposed to work, and I did it, and no vault thing showed up.
So here we go. A post showed up that was titled 1989 Taylor's Version. Vault titles come to search. It announced a game where Swifties search Taylor Swift on Google and find a blue vault in the bottom right of the screen.
Mm-hmm.
Did you look at the bottom right of the screen?
Yeah, I didn't see anything. Nothing came up for me. I was wondering maybe it's because I have an ad blocker or I don't know. Something must have happened because I didn't see the thing that they were talking about.
So you search Taylor Swift in the blank space, aka the search bar, click on the blue vault, solve one of the word puzzles. It may take a second since there are 89 puzzles, 89 being the year that she was born. And then you get through all of the 1989 Taylor's Version, and nothing lasts forever is what they say. Say we didn't warn you. Google is making this so complicated, even reading it makes me not want to do it.
Yeah, it didn't work like they said, at least not for me, maybe for everybody else.
Now, it says everyone collectively solved 33 million puzzles, and that's how it works. Then you get the vault track files or titles. And boom! You get to hear songs that you've already heard on the radio. Congratulations to all the Swifties.
Hey, have you heard any of the original recordings as compared to the new recordings? I wonder how similar they are.
Yeah, I have.
Are they like almost exactly the same, or did she like spruce them up a little bit?
You can definitely tell that they're not the same recording. They're a little different. It's a slightly different mix, but it's the exact same arrangement, structuring, harmonies, everything.
But it's
Also,
hers.
she made that one song 10 minutes long.
Oh, yeah, the one with Jake Gyllenhaal.
The one about Jake Gyllenhaal.
The one about him, but he wasn't featured, but they used an actor that kind of looks like him in the music video.
Yeah.
Something like that. And finally, this guy's very first painting, may he rest in peace.
Bob Ross.
Oh, Bob Ross.
Bob Ross, Sean, recently saw his saw his grave site.
Yes, we did. And when I saw this story, I was blown away.
All right, so
at how much money the damn thing was supposed to go for.
Celia and Fritz, have you seen this story?
I have not.
All right, so the first painting from The Joy of Painting, which aired in 1983, that particular Happy Little Tree Clouds, I think it's called, isn't there a particular name for this first painting?
Yeah, there was. It's like the very, very first episode of his show. The painting that he did in that episode, they say, is worth the most.
A Walk in the Woods.
Sounds nice.
Yes, how nice indeed. It is up for sale. How much are they asking for, gentlemen?
Let's say 70 million.
All right. It's a little high.
Oh, well, that makes it easy on me.
So guess
69
down.
million.
Okay, it's 10 million.
All right.
Yeah, it's still a lot for a Bob Ross painting. $10 million is a lot of money.
But not an auction, right? It's just like whoever fronts the 10 million, it belongs to them?
I guess so. It's a nice painting.
It was originally purchased by a PBS volunteer who is believed to have paid less than $100 for it.
Oh, my God.
And at the time, he was like, 100? Really? I mean, I just saw you paint it.
An art gallery in Minnesota is currently trying to sell it for $9.85 million. The outlet notes that Ross estimated he completed more than 30,000 paintings over the course of his life.
Jeez.
That was cut short. But a representative for the gallery believes the historical significance of A Walk in the Woods justifies the hefty price. So, best of luck to the super rich buyer on the bib tube. America's Talent on NBC. We also have the 13th season finale of MasterChef on Fox, first season finale of Superfan on CBS, and the 12th season premiere of American Horror Story. I cannot wait. This is the one with Kim Kardashian.
Nice.
Trying out the acting chops. Follow your dreams. Send me on Instagram at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, say it with me, America.
Smoke weed every day. Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, you heard Fritz joining us on the show, and it's time for Fritz on the Street. Here's how this works, friends. I've got in my hand the Fritz magnet from Game of Magnets. Folks who are new to the show, like maybe some of you in Rochester or Dallas, there's a game of magnets that goes along with the radio show. And if you see one of these out in the wild, it's up for grabs. You could take it off somebody's car. People go crazy for these things. And you can see all of the magnets at thenewsjunkie.com so you know what's out there. But this Fritz magnet is very rare. And the only way you win is if we win representing you on Fritz on the Street. So now's your time to get our attention on chat or elsewhere. We'll each pick somebody and we'll battle it out next. Fritz on the Street is coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's about to get messy around here. Orlando City versus Inter Miami, Sunday, September 24th. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center, they specialize in one-of-a-kind custom-designed jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the off-ramp from I-4 westbound to Osceola Polk Line Road. The left lane is blocked. There's slowdowns on the Greenway due to an accident heading northbound between I-4 and Osceola Parkway. The right lane is blocked. The left lane is blocked due to an accident on CR46A eastbound at the Greenway. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Blindster.com.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Want to save big on custom faux wood blinds, shutters, cellular shades, and more? Shop Blindster today and save up to 50% over comparable blinds from brick and mortar stores. Get custom blinds at low prices and free shipping at Blindster.com.
This hour of Real Radio 104.1 sponsored by FloridaJobsNow.com coming October 11th.
Stella Atois wants to know, who would you have dinner with? Join the Stella team at the Crooked Spoon in Claremont this Friday, September 22nd from 6 until 8 for an opportunity to let them know who you would have dinner with, past, present, or future, and why. Then start your dinner with a complimentary Stella Atois and chalice. Just snap the QR code for details on your chance to win dinner on Stella from one of 10 participating restaurants. Let's do dinner, and as always, start with a Stella.
Ow. Okay, it's all right. Let's just start over. And one, and oh.
Ballroom dancing is a lot like saving for retirement.
Okay, class. Switch up partners.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's way easier with someone who knows the right moves. With Fairwinds Credit Union as your dance partner, you can glide into financial freedom by saving more and planning for your future. Visit fairwinds.org/together and become a member today. Fairwinds. Financial freedom happens here. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sean Kelly, the voice of the Gators, for my friends at IDC, International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Gators. IDC is the place I recommend to all my friends and everyone in Gator Nation for diamonds, engagement rings, and all of their fine jewelry needs. International Diamond Center is a Florida family-owned jeweler with worldwide connections to guarantee you the best value, period. I only partner with the best of the best, someone I can trust that will never disappoint someone that I send their way. Experience for yourself a mind-blowing selection, uncompromising quality with exceptional value, and ironclad warranties. And most important to me is their reputation for doing business with honesty and transparency. International Diamond Center, the place where the Gators get up and go for diamonds, engagement rings, fashion jewelry, and Swiss timepieces. Store locations, hours, and more at shopidc.com.
It's more than just a fence. It protects your future gardener.
Mom, look at my tomato.
Wow. Your future Olympian. And your future best in show. Get your free quote today for all the future brings at fenceoutlet.com.
The annoying runny nose, the constant sneezing, the itchiness, and battle just to catch your breath. If you suffer from seasonal allergies, sinusitis, or nagging sinus congestion, there's a natural, easy-to-use solution that can help provide fast, drug-free relief. It's called Navage, and it uses powered suction to rinse your nasal passages in seconds. Millions of people use Navage daily to help provide relief from seasonal allergies and sinus congestion. Medications treat the symptoms, but Navage treats the problem at the source, flushing out the allergens and pollen trapped in your nose. Navage also helps wash out airborne bacteria, dust, dirt, and viruses quickly and painlessly, so you can get back to breathing clearly again. Say goodbye to sinus suffering and hello to better breathing with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage. N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
With Spectrum Mobile and the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Galaxy Z Flip 5, you get faster speeds with Spectrum Speed Boost. Purchase the new Samsung Galaxy Z through Spectrum and get up to $1,000 off, plus the value of your trade-in device. Visit a Spectrum store or SpectrumMobile.com to get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 5 and Galaxy Z Flip 5 today. Visit spectrum.com/policies/mobile-terms for details. Restrictions apply. Spectrum Internet required. Auto pay required.
Call Extreme Air and Electric when you're in need. Call the Extreme Team.
Visit Extreme Air online today at extremeairandelectrical.com for special financing available on new home comfort systems. That's your hometown Train experts online at extremeairandelectric.com today. License EAC 1817433.
Call Extreme for your air and electric. When you're in need, call the Extreme team.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Papa John's fans have the craziest things to say about our special garlic sauce. That they want to bathe in it, drink it, some even want to marry it. Come on. Now, inspired by all your love, we created our most epic pizza ever. The new Garlic Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza has that garlic flavor.
In it, on it, with it.
That's right. This pizza has that Papa John's garlicky goodness hand stuffed into that cheesy crust and then baked all over it. The new Garlic Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza, available for $13.99, only at Papa John's.
Official pizza of the Orlando Magic.
Win and save with 0% APR financing on new Nissans at Sutherland Nissan Orlando.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because your case matters. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Fritz on the street in just a moment. The greatest game in all of radio. And here's how things work. If you are the person that we represent in Fritz on the street and we win, you win. You get yourself the Fritz magnet. It's a great design. It matches Fritz's custom-made guitar.
Oh, yeah.
Really, really stands out, but they're rare, and the only way to get one is through us on Fritz on the street. So I have decided to pick the first person that asked me to pick them on YouTube. MFQ on YouTube is who I am representing in Fritz on the street today. How about you, Sabrina?
Well, Sean, after reaching out to me first thing this morning, Christy Pistol on Twitch will be who I'm representing.
Christy Pistol on Twitch. And what about you, C-Lane?
I have picked Steven and Ocala.
Okay, Steven and Ocala. And that is who we will be representing today in Fritz on the street. Right now, it's time to find out if the man himself is ready to go. Fritz, are you ready?
Yes, Daddy.
All right. Let's do Fritz on the street.
Now it's time for Fritz on the street.
Hello, Sabrina. Hello, Celine. Hello, Sean.
What up, Fritz?
Hey, Fritz.
Hey,
Fritz
Fritzy.
on the street is sponsored by Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go, just call Mo. That's 866-CALL-MO. 866-CALL-MO. In first place with 311 points. We have Christopher Lane. And second place with 294 points, Sean Wasson.
Yeah.
And in third place with 281 points, Sabrina Ambra.
Okay.
So we have 311, 294, and 281. 8 questions, 4 current event questions, and 4 general knowledge trivia questions. If you think you know it, chime in beforehand.
You asked these at Cavo's last night there, Fritz?
Thank you for asking. Yes, I did. Fritz's Fun House. That's my weekly trivia night at Cavo's Bar and Kitchen. You can come see me play trivia. It's fun. We had 6 teams. I think 7 people stayed around, and then
Nice.
I had Josh Fowler call in.
Nice guy.
All right.
Yeah, nice guy. So 311, 294, 281. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Question number 1. Over 11,000 were killed when 2 dams burst in which African country?
Damn. Sean.
Sean?
Nigeria?
That is incorrect.
Ugh.
Sabrina.
Sabrina?
Zimbabwe.
That is incorrect.
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
South Africa.
That would be Libya.
Oh, swing and a miss.
Oh, Libya dam.
C-Lane, you are currently in the lead, so we will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Libya?
I'll go with 2.
2.
I'll say 1.
1 for Sean.
How about a 0?
And a goose egg for Sabrina. Question number 1 with answers of 0, 1, and 2. Let's see who is getting it. Over 11,000 are dead when 2 dams burst in which African country?
I just read this on... It was Libya.
Libya?
11,000? Nigeria?
Egypt.
South Africa.
That was Libya.
What?
Zambia.
That would be 4.
What the hell?
No points awarded on that one.
Geniuses.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a lot of deaths. I think it's 11,300 at this point.
Man, that's scary.
We move on to question number 2. Hopefully something a little lighter. Yes?
Yeah.
Hopefully. Which actor has appeared in such films as The Revenant, Mad Max... Sabrina?
Oh, damn it.
I thought he said Sabrina.
Yeah, Sabrina.
He did.
No.
The Revenant, Mad Max. That would be... Son of a bitch. I'm looking at him right now. He is a very bulky man. God. Keanu Reeves.
That is incorrect. Sean?
I know.
Tom
Yes.
Hardy?
Tom Hardy's correct.
Yes.
All right, we got the first point of the day. Full question, which actor has appeared in such films as The Revenant, Mad Max, Fury Road, and The Dark Knight Rises? Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Tom Hardy?
5.
5.
6.
6 for Sabrina.
6.
And 6 for Sealand. Question 2 with answers of 5 and 6. Which actor has appeared in such films as The Revenant, Mad Max Fury Road, and The Dark Knight Rises?
Bang guy. Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Oh, Tom Hardy.
Oh, that's Tom Hardy, ain't it?
Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy.
Oh,
That would be
come
8.
on.
8, so no points awarded.
Jeez.
Men really like that dude.
I guess so.
He's a
Gotta say
looker.
that. Yeah, he's a cute boy. We move on to question 3. Question 3 of 8. Recently, YouTube demonetized the channel. That was Sean.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand's correct. Recently, YouTube demonetized the channel belonging to which British comedian who was accused of rape, sexual harassment, and abuse? Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Russell Brand?
6.
6.
7.
7 for Sabrina
Whoa.
and Sealand.
Twins.
Did you see the Onion headline about this?
No.
No,
So,
what is it?
the nation is shocked because they thought Russell Brand was already a convicted rapist.
Nice. Question 3 with answers of 6 and 7.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh, dingy, we missed you. Recently, YouTube demonetized the channel belonging to which British comedian who was accused of rape, sexual harassment, and abuse?
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand? Brand?
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. Russell Brand.
Russell Brand.
I have no idea. Oh my God, sorry.
That would be 7. So Sabrina and Sealand picking up 2 points, right on the money on that one, and Sean with your guess of 6 picking up 1 point. We move on to question 4. That's the halfway point and Fritz on the street. After question 4, I will tell you who is leading on the day so far. Question 4 goes like this. An infectious particle that can only reproduce inside... Sabrina.
That would be a virus.
That is correct.
Ha, right.
Nicely done. The full question. An infectious particle that can only reproduce inside a living cell is called what? Sabrina, you got that right. A virus. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said virus?
Everyone sounded like not hammered.
Right. It was disappointing.
I'll go with 8.
8.
7.
7 for Sealand.
5.
And
Whoa.
5 for Sean. Question 4 with answers of 5, 7, and 8. An infectious particle that can only reproduce inside of a living cell is called what?
A virus?
Bacteria.
A virus.
Virus?
Oh, virus.
A virus?
Oh, a virus?
No idea.
That would be 6. So Sean and Sealand with your guesses of 5 and 7, each picking up 1 point. That means halfway through Fritz on the street with 4 to go. In first place, we have a tie with 3 points. Christopher Lane / Steven, Sean Wasson / MFQ, and Sabrina Ambrose / Christy Pistol.
Wow.
So it's anyone's game. 3
at us
points
go.
each.
All right.
We're moving on now to question number 5. Following racist remarks, Sabrina.
Wants to hear the rest of the question.
Too late.
Following, who's a little racist remark? Who made a little? Gosh. Oh, I'm thinking, but now, oh boy. It's a football person. I have nothing, man. Pass.
So that's a pass. Following racist remarks, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame cut ties with Sean.
Jan Warner.
That is close enough. Jan Wenner or Jan Wenner. I will totally give that to you. That's okay. Jan Wenner. I also hear it pronounced. So full question. Following racist remarks, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame cut ties with which co-founder of the Rolling Stone magazine? Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Wenner? Jan Wenner?
3.
1.
1 for Sabrina.
Damn it. 2. I'll shoot it.
And 2 for C-Lane. Question number 5 with
He's
answers.
shooting it, everybody. He's shooting it.
Oh, watch out. Question number 5 with answers of 1, 2, and 3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Someone knows they're racist. Following racist remarks, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame cut ties with which co-founder of the Rolling Stone magazine?
I have no idea.
No clue. Jan Winter.
Oh, I have no idea.
No clue. No idea.
I don't know.
Pass.
That would be 1. So Sabrina is picking up 2 points, and C-Lane, you are picking up 1 point with your guess of 2. Yeah, it was crazy. And then when the New York Times interviewer said, not even Joni Mitchell, like, who's incredibly smart, he just kind of got around it and then attacked black people. It was really weird.
It was about his list of the greatest musicians ever or something, right?
Yeah, it was his book, The Masters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was all just white people in it. We now move on to question 6. Martha's Vineyard is located. Sabrina.
That would be in the great state of California.
That is incorrect. C-Lane.
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts is correct.
I thought it was in California.
Martha's Vineyard is located in which U.S. state? C-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Massachusetts?
6.
5.
5 for Sean.
Gonna get at least a couple New Yorks.
7.
And 7 for Sabrina. Question 6. With answers of 5, 6, and 7. Let's see.
Ding, 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 ding.
Uh-oh. Martha's Vineyard is located in which U.S. state?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. California.
New Hampshire?
Maine?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts.
Is that Massachusetts?
That's 5.
Oh, no New York.
Sean is picking up 2 points, and C-Lane, with a guess of 6, picking up 1 point.
Yes.
We move on now to question 7. Sorry. Last week, Canada alleged which country was involved. Sean.
India.
India is correct. Last week, Canada alleged which country was involved in the murder of a Canadian citizen in June. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said India?
3.
3.
1.
1 for C-Lane.
I'll shoot 2.
And 2 for Sabrina. Question 7.
He's shooting.
She's shooting, y'all. Question 7 with answers of 1, 2, and 3.
Ding, 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 ding.
Ooh, who's getting it? Last week, Canada alleged which country was involved in the murder of a Canadian citizen in June?
Saudi Arabia.
North Korea.
India?
India.
Russia.
Colombia.
India.
That would be 3, so Sean is picking up a 3-pointer on that one, and Sabrina, with your guess of 2, picking up 1 point. We move on to the last question, but before we do, let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place, with 9 points now, that would be Sean Wasson /MFQ, and we have a tie for second and third. 6 points each, C-Lane, Christopher Lane /Steven, and Sabrina Ambra /Christy Pistol. We now move on to question 8. What is the capital of Taiwan?
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
Keep thinking of Thailand right now. Not gonna say that. Capital of Taiwan is Taipei.
That is correct.
What? Again? Taipei? Suck it.
Yeah, don't you like when your brain fires those out sometimes? You just, okay, fine.
Celine,
like, don't say Bangkok. Don't say Bangkok.
Celine, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Taipei?
Like
what?
What happened?
Is it a fart?
No, it was a mouth fart. 3.
3.
4.
4 for Sabrina.
I'll go 5.
And 5 for Sean. Question 8 with answers of 3, 4, and 5. What is the capital of Taiwan?
No.
Taipei. I have no idea. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Taipei.
Taiwan is Taipei.
Taipei. Not Bangkok, but it's Taipei.
Taipei. I don't know.
That would be 6. So Sean with a guess of 5, picking up 1 point. That means we end the day and in the lead with 10 points. Sean Wasson / MFQ. Congratulations, MFQ. In second place with 7 points, Christopher Lane / Steven. And in third place with 6 points, Sabrina Ambra / Christy Pistol. That means in first place and still leading on Fritz on the Street with 319 points, Christopher Lane. 7, so that's 318. Sorry, 318.
Ooh, yeah.
318 in second place with 304 points, Sean Wasson, and in third place with 287 points, Sabrina Ambra, and that is Fritz on the Street.
Thank you, Fritz.
Thanks, Fritzy.
Love our friend Fritz, and you can be hanging out with him. You know that? Every Tuesday, you could be hanging out with Fritz and maybe even participating at Fritz on the Street. Follow along on Instagram, no_regrets_coyote. And I want you to do something good for yourself and for everybody else and go to Fritz's Funhouse Trivia next Tuesday. Okay. Fritz, you going to hang out with us for a bit here?
I would love to.
Thank the Lord.
Yes. I want to ask you about this Tampa Bay Stadium, too, because we talked about that to start the show. What do you think about that? Do you think that they actually should get a new stadium in Tampa?
Yeah, I think they probably should get a new stadium. They should also probably get 2 or 3 more bridges in and out of St. Pete, because that's what I think is hindering growth of
The
attendance.
drive, that was one of the things I mentioned that people don't like, is that drive.
It's one bridge in, one bridge out.
I had no idea there was so many people who did not like the stadium that they're in. It's Tropicana Field, I think, right?
Yeah, they hate Tropicana Field.
Do you, Fritz, do you have any issue with the Trop?
No, no. I mean, it's a place to watch baseball, and it's 2 hours
for you,
away.
it's more about getting in and out of the stadium that causes the problems here. It's like the bridges to get there. You don't have enough. It gets all like...
There's a bridge and a ferry. That's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Is that really? Yeah, and they said it's not enough, I guess. Well, they want some big money for this stadium. Stadiums are expensive these days, and they want some taxpayer dollars. They really like to get their hands on that as well. I don't know why. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm out of it here. Why can't all the big cities get together and go, we're going to build one big stadium, and we'll do all the things in the stadium?
It doesn't work like that, man.
And our city, how many big stadiums do we have? How many big stadiums? Like 4 or something?
Are you talking about where we're broadcasting from?
Yeah, we have like 4
3.
or 5. No, there's
You're talking about Amway too.
Amway, there, yeah, and then there's
Camping World,
the soccer stadium,
Exploring Stadium.
Yeah, so we have 3. There's not another one. I thought there was another one somewhere. There's a lot of big stadiums, man. Some cities have way more than that too.
But you want like Tampa and Orlando, for example, to get together and just both share the stadiums?
No. Like I figured that the city could just do a mega stadium, and then all of the stuff happens in the mega stadium.
Nobody that has a smaller operation wants to perform, play, whatever, have their event in a mega stadium that's going to look like nobody's there.
Do you think that they also just don't want to share with another team? They want it to be their house?
That could be part of it. It's a home team thing, but also different arenas, different stadiums are set up differently for different events.
Yeah,
and when they're not, it's super awkward. Like when you watch a soccer match at a baseball stadium,
and then you could
super weird.
You could see all the bases or like what they covered up the
infield.
I watched a marching band competition in high school that obviously marching band is made for football fields, and it was at Disney's Wide World of Sports, the baseball stadium, and one of those poor tuba players was marching backwards over the pitcher's mound and just ate it.
Oh my God.
I was like, they're not supposed to be here.
We got a lot more to get to today. We're going to hear from more of you with your dispatches. And the lady who named her child as part of an investigative report she was doing, she named her child Methamphetamine Rules. Now she's back in the news again. I did not expect a follow-up on this one, but it's an interesting one. We'll tell you what's going on. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
This week, win with the Jim Colbert Show. Win tickets to see Bush in concert November 14th at Hard Rock Live with Bad Wolves and Ava Under Fire. Tickets go on sale Friday, September 22nd, but you can win them before you can buy them on the Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 p.m. on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Heading through the city, you can expect delays eastbound and westbound on I-4 between Robinson Street and Fairbanks Avenue. Authorities are clearing up an accident, closing Magnolia Avenue northbound at Ivanhoe Boulevard and before Virginia Drive. There's slowdowns due to an accident at The Oaks Boulevard at John Young Parkway. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech. As the world keeps changing, so does COVID-19. That's why this season's COVID-19 shots have been updated. They're designed to help protect against recent variants. Learn more and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer and BioNTech.
Hey, big shout out and congratulations to Bradley out of Mount Dora. Bradley listens to the show. Thank you for that. He was ready to upgrade his driving situation, so he went last night down to Nation's Trucks and left in his very own badass lifted 2022 GMC Elevation 4x4. And you, my friend, can be next. You can start driving the truck that you deserve, and you could do it today. Ford, Chevy, Ram, GMC, Nation's Trucks has got them all. And with approved credit, you won't make any payments until next year, 2024, when you start paying for that truck. And you start at nationstrucks.com or go down and see them in person in Sanford, 1792, just 1 mile south of Lake Murray Boulevard, and let them know C-Lane from the News Junkie sent you.
Coming to Hulu this Friday and Saturday.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
This Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
At Jersey Mike's, watching them freshly slice the meat and cheese for my sub is a sight to behold. The layers of ham, salami, and pepperoni are even more glorious than the pink and orange layers of a sunrise. Yeah, the sun's pretty and all that, but in about 7 billion years, it's going to explode, obliterating the Earth and every living thing on it. And if there's no sun, there's no subs. Meanwhile, the only thing a sub ever obliterated was my hunger. Freshly sliced right in front of you. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Torres on his left foot shoots. He scores!
Orlando City's on the road this week as the Lions travel to the Big Apple and face New York City Football Club on Wednesday, September 20th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Or join your fellow City fans at the Hammered Lamb for the official City Pub watch party presented by Heineken Silver. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 6:30 p.m. to catch Kickoff Minus 60, airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
Did you know that the Hartford sells small business insurance? Now you do. For over 30 years, they have been helping to protect small businesses just like yours. To learn more, find an independent agent, or get a quote, visit thehartford.com/smallbusiness. That's thehartford.com/smallbusiness. The Hartford is the Hartford Financial Services Group, Inc., and its property and casualty subsidiaries, including issuing company Hartford Fire Insurance Company. Its headquarters is in Hartford, Connecticut.
Hey, everybody, Jim Colbert here for Life Imaging FLA. Man, this client is already making a gigantic impact in this community. Testimonial after testimonial saying how Life Imaging FLA caught issues with people's hearts they had no idea was even happening. Saving lives every day like they've been doing in South Florida for many, many years. And you can have that same experience with your free heart scan from Life Imaging FLA. With a few minimum requirements, that's a $699 value. Non-invasive, and the information you get is absolutely priceless. For me, kidney and prostate issues are in my family, and my life imaging FLA scan showed I did have issues in both of those areas. But now, armed with the information, I can make the decision to take care of my long-term health care with Life Imaging FLA and their free heart scan. Contact Life Imaging FLA today and schedule your free scan. And it's so easy. Just pick up your cell phone and dial pound 250, say the keyword free heart scan. That's all you have to do. Pound 250, see the keyword free heart scan, and you'll be connected in seconds. You'll have the option to receive a one-time auto dial text message from iHeartMedia.
After an accident, it's important to hire an attorney right away. Evidence can disappear quickly. Sure, you could wait to hire an attorney later and see how things turn out, but delays never make a case better. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com. Mo DeWitt, Orlando's injury attorney.
The Pepperoni Pizza Meatball Sub from Firehouse Subs is back. With Italian meatballs, extra provolone, and crispy pepperoni on a garlic bread roll. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Pepperoni Pizza Meatball Sub, for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. At participating locations, Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers will together donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Are you a victim of the timeshare trap and think there's no way out? I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, the original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that there is a way out. All you need to do is give my office a call. I will send you a timeshare exit information kit absolutely free, explaining how the timeshare industry works and your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free info kit. 800-522-5700. 800-522-5700.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Because we were talking about the Dolphins player who beat up the Patriots player, and the Patriots player ended up dying. There's an interesting twist in this in the update. This is from NBC News, and they're saying a New England Patriots fan didn't suffer from traumatic injuries when he collapsed at a game and later died, officials said. They were suggesting his death may not be linked to a fight at the stadium. This seems odd.
Yeah, come on.
Dale Mooney, a 53-year-old New Hampshire resident, fell unconscious in the fourth quarter of New England's Sunday night football game against the Miami Dolphins. They were in the upper deck of the Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, and he could not be revived. He was punched by a Miami Dolphins fan and fell unconscious, but that blow might not have been the cause of Mooney's death. Preliminary autopsy results do not suggest traumatic injury, but did identify a medical issue. Cause and manner of death remain undetermined pending to further testing. So they didn't say more about the medical issue, but basically what they're saying is, yes, he had just been hit 3 times in the head, and yes, he did hit the ground, but it wasn't the punches that killed him. He had some other medical emergency at the exact same time?
I mean, I imagine at his age, probably cardiac arrest.
But
something
if he had
those lines.
If Dale Mooney had a heart attack when this guy starts hitting him in the head a couple of times, wouldn't the guy still be responsible? Like,
Yeah.
Would say, if you didn't punch him in the head, would he have had the heart attack?
Okay, if you are, if you scare somebody, like you hide behind a door and scare them, and they end up having a cardiac arrest at that moment because of the stress or the startle, are you supposed to be responsible for that? Now, mind you, this is different from fighting anybody, but if it happens to be a medical attack, if the guy forgot to take his heart medication, then is it still the guy's responsibility?
That's the weird one that we definitely got to talk to Mo about. Like, let's take this to the extreme. In your example of you scare somebody and they have a heart attack and they die, are you liable for that? Let's say
Legally,
you know,
you're only allowed to scare somebody half to death.
Let's say that you know this person well and you know that they have some sort of heart condition and you know that scaring them could cause this to happen. Then maybe you could say that you had enough information that you knew what the results would be. But with this guy punching somebody else in the head, and then they just go, no, there was another medical issue that occurred at the same time. It's really hard for me to unwind those two things.
Right. And we've talked about this before with Moses, but it's definitely worth a refresher because we've had instances where You're, having your standard bar fight. Guy punches another dude, but he slips and he hits his head. The perfect moment on the curb, and he dies of brain injury. Of course, that was not the intention there. So you can't have your first and second degree murders or any sort of premeditation, but
it was still the result of it.
You get hit by a fly ball and it happens to hit you in the chest right in between a heartbeat and a person dies. You're not going to have the baseball player that hit that home run held responsible for it.
The biggest question mark is, let's say it was a heart attack. We're guessing. We have no idea. Let's say it was a heart attack or like an aneurysm or something like that. If it just so happened that it occurred at the exact same time that somebody was punching him in the head, what are the chances of that? That seems so rare. And if it wasn't something that would have happened regardless of him being punched in the head, then fine. But if it was, and it seems like that's the only option that makes any sense to me, maybe we'll learn more when they release some additional details about this autopsy. But it says preliminary autopsy results do not suggest traumatic injury, but did identify a medical issue. Cause and manner of death remain undetermined pending further testing. And the first sentence said, a New England Patriots fan didn't suffer from traumatic injuries when he collapsed at a game and later died, suggesting his death may not be linked to a fight at the stadium. That dude at the stadium, that Dolphins fan, if this is the case, you better be thanking your lucky stars, man. Because this would have been a really, really bad situation for you.
Do you think they'd still go after him for whatever assault charges they could stick?
Might as well.
Yeah, you're not allowed to just fight. Fighting is illegal.
Yeah,
and
that's assault.
A lot of times people don't get, they don't prosecute people for fighting, but that doesn't make it something that you're allowed to do. All right, let's hear what you got to say. I want to hear from you with your dispatches. A ton of people chiming in about this stuff, including Pool Daddy. Let's hear from Pool Daddy.
All right, you haven't touched on the basis of the fan and his death and what you're saying about defense and this and that. Think about what you said and what the report states. The gentleman that died went up to the Dolphins fan, not the other way around.
That doesn't matter necessarily.
He did antagonize it, and they said it was a big...
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who goes up to who first.
Sounds like someone is a fan of a team.
Yeah, if somebody antagonizes another person. So let's say
antagonizing could be considered, I thought I was in fear of my life because he came up to me in an aggressive manner. He puffed up his chest. We've had those cases before.
Yeah, possibly. But like if I go up to Sabrina and I'm like, what did you just say to me? And you're saying something back to me and we're saying things back and forth. The person who throws that first punch is the person who's responsible.
What if they're screaming, I'm going to kill you?
Well, then you could argue things like that. Yeah, if somebody's screaming in your face that they're going to kill you, you could argue that you feel for your life. This brings us back to the situation that happened on the subway car in New York City, where somebody's saying, I'm going to kill everybody here. And then the response to that was to hold the guy down. And now that guy's actually been charged and is facing charges for that crime.
So what if that guy was just screaming at him, your heart sucks, your heart sucks?
It was just too much for the heart. And the heart says he's right. And we need to know more about what happened here, but that's kind of an interesting development. Here's Angry Paulie talking about Tropicana Stadium.
Hello, junkies.
Hey.
Tropicana Field is the worst stadium in all of Major League Baseball. I saw Guns N' Roses there in 1990. Same damn dome. It's just old ass. Go to any other stadium in MLB and you'll see the difference. They definitely need a new field. They
Oakland
have a great
Athletics?
team. I'm an Orioles fan, but the Rays have a great team and have for years. They deserve a better field.
What do you think, Fritz? Worst stadiums out there?
No, yeah, the Oakland Coliseum has not been renovated. It's a nothing burger. It's been just rotting. So that's absolutely categorically false.
Oh God,
nothing burger sounds good right about now.
Florida Scratcher on YouTube says, "Is it assault? I thought we established it was mutual combat." Well, that was in the article. It did say that it was mutual combat. Which is a phrase that I have not heard much before this very moment. There is somebody who sent in a dispatch about the time they wanted to punch me, and I'll save that. We'll get to that in just a moment, and we'll put it together with your dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, we also have jury duty on the way. Still got that lady, the reporter who named her son methamphetamine rules, and the update on her situation. Lots going on. And I'm so happy to say this. The content gods have delivered us a care package.
Yes.
We have been delivered a care package from the content gods, and I'm going to play this for you when we come back. I think everybody's going to have a good time with this one. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Check out our new threads at Real Radio 104.1 on Threads. Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Clay Travis. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by Macy's Backstage.
Orlando City returns to the pitch tonight. They'll visit New York City FC. The Lions have been strong away from home with an MLS best 25 road points. To football, where the Buccaneers will get an extra day to prepare for the Eagles on Monday night. DraftKings line has Tampa Bay as 5-point underdogs. And LSU football player Greg Brooks is recovering from surgery to remove a brain tumor. Results from a biopsy of the mass are pending. I'm Scott Davidson.
What will you find at Macy's Backstage? Here's a hint. Fall finds for $25 and under, like sharp blazers, cozy sweaters, cargo pants, jackets, and more. Find the latest trends and new arrivals at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Lionel Messi and Inter Miami plays Orlando City this Sunday at 7 p.m. You can hear the game here on Real Radio 104.1 and the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, Florida. This is Pete from Repipe Specialists, Florida's #1 repipe expert. And I'm here with some important news. If pipes in your home are polybutylene, they're no longer an approved home water piping system. These inferior pipes create incredible damage, causing homeowner insurance policies to be canceled, leaving you with no other option but to repipe your home completely. And this extends to new policies as well. Floridians, if your pipes are polybutylene, call us today at 844-REPIPE-5 to schedule your free in-home estimate. That's 844-REPIPE-5. With over 60,000 complete home repipes and thousands of 5-star reviews, we'll expertly and seamlessly repipe your entire home in just 1 to 2 days. And our work is guaranteed for life. Plus, call 844-REPIPE-5 now, and for a limited time, you can save 20% and get zero interest financing for 12 months on approved credit. If you live in Orlando, Tampa, or the surrounding area, you'll want to call us, Repipe Specialists, at 844-REPIPE-5, or go to repipe.com now.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Attention! Our friends from Guarantee Media are giving away 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99 to the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. It's only for the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. They give you up to a year and a half to travel, but you must be one of the first 50 to text MUSIC to 96551. Grab your phone and text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. That's MUSIC to 96551. You heard right. Be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551 and get 4 days in Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico with hotel and airfare included for only $99. But you must be one of the first 50 listeners to text MUSIC to 96551. Text the word MUSIC to 96551 for your chance to go on vacation to Puerto Rico, Jamaica, or Mexico.
Did you suffer through 2022 with a terrible bathroom? You wanted to make that call to Rebath in Mid-Florida. You just couldn't do it. Well, make 2023 the year that you finally need to pick up that phone and let these guys show you what they can do. And what they can do is amazing. Take a bathroom that you hate, it's old, it's out of date, doesn't look great, doesn't really complement your home, and turn that into a magical spa-like environment that you begin or end every day in, and it makes you super happy. Here's the great thing. They do this with their employees. They do it in just 4 to 6 days, and they give you a lifetime guarantee on the products and the install. And guys, these products are simply amazing. Natural stone, travertine, and marble, all those beautiful colors, but it's the quality of the products that you've got to feel when you go to the showroom. 436 up in Altamont, right across from Kobe. Stop in, feel that quality, picture that in your house. That can happen. They're exceptionally good at it. Let them design a bathroom that you are going to love using their products, your ideas, their ideas, and next thing you know, their craftsmen will have it installed, and you will love it. 2023 is the year that you get a new bathroom, courtesy of Rebath, midfla.com.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
Looking to take your next event to the next level? Party Time Rentals in Apopka serves all Central Florida.
From birthdays to weddings, corporate events to family reunions, Party Time Rentals in Apopka has everything you need to make your event unforgettable.
Our wide selection will make your party planning a breeze.
Our friendly staff is ready to help, ensuring your event goes off without a hitch.
Party Time Rentals in Apopka. Visit us today in Apopka or online at partytimeapopka.com.
HCA Florida Healthcare is here for everyone in your family at every stage of life, providing comprehensive, personalized care. Because healthier tomorrows are what we're all about. Learn more at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
This Saturday, join global citizens, artists, world leaders, corporate leaders, and philanthropists for Global Citizen Festival 2023, starring Red Hot Chili Peppers, Miss Lauryn Hill, Jungkook, Anita, and more. Watch live on the Global Citizen app. Listen on Global Citizen Radio with the free iHeartRadio app, and join the global movement ending extreme poverty this Saturday, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 Pacific.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Need to hear someone else's opinions before reconciling your own internal phobias? We got you, fam. Hey, Alexa, play Real Radio 104.1 on iHeartRadio.
No payments until 2024 with approved credit? Visit nationstrucks.com right now.
Just a moment. Got some updates on cases we've been following here on the show. Real quick, though, this is out of control. They've taken this too far. I don't know that this needed to be done, but in our home market here, this soccer team, very, very popular soccer team, has decided to make a new offering at their stadium, and I think they've just gone too far. Look what they have done with their cheesesteak at the stadium. They have a purple cheesesteak now.
All right.
That they sell at the Orlando City soccer games. And I'm actually impressed at the price because it's only $15 for a stadium
That's not bad.
that big.
That's not bad at all. And it comes with chips, I'm assuming?
Yeah, I think so. It comes with like Miss Vicky's chips. But purple... You made a damn purple Philly cheesesteak.
I'm fascinated by it. And what was it? Because I saw the story on Good Day Orlando this morning. They used dye or they used a different kind of food for the bread.
I thought they were just using like a food grade dye, but I don't know. I just saw the photo of it and I said, holy cow. I didn't know it could be done, but here we are doing it. And they've made this happen. We'll see if that takes off in popularity as we get into jury duty.
Spend so much money figuring out whether or not you could. You didn't stop to think of whether or not you should.
So,
right.
Made to order sandwich, ground beef, onions topped with American cheese, bell peppers, mushrooms, and banana peppers. The bread, however, is made purple using a natural beet extract that doesn't affect the flavor.
Kind of like Impossible or Beyond Meat burgers.
Really? Okay, that makes sense that they would use that.
I'll try it this weekend at the Miami game.
And then it stands out, man.
Yeah,
it's just absolutely screaming. Okay, let's get into this. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention. Before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass, you're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 866-CALL-MO, 866-CALL-MOE, or go to justcallmo.com. Very, very easy for you to reach out and get in contact with Moses. He's ready to help you out after your slip and fall, after you're injured at work, after you get into a car accident. You know when you got to make a move, and there's a lot of attorneys out there that you could turn to. A lot of them are going to let you down. Moses is not. He's going to hear your story and fight for you. So if you or someone you love has been in an accident, 866-CALL-MO or go to justcallmo.com. Okay, we have another update on those teenagers in Las Vegas. If you haven't seen this story, Fritz, it was horrific. These kids are in this car, a stolen car that they're driving around. First things first, they just decide to, and they're videotaping this, they just swerve into a random car and just crash into a random car for no reason.
Jeez.
Then they continue down the road, and there's a guy riding his bicycle who was a former police chief who was retired, and they were like, get him. And they just randomly plowed into the guy on his bicycle and killed the guy for no reason at all. And they're just, hooting and hollering and screaming and having a good time doing all of this stuff. So we learned that there was somebody who was in custody. Then we learned who there were, that they were going after adult charges. They're going to charge him as an adult in this case. And now they got a second teenager who is also in custody.
They're ratting each other out.
Yeah, they definitely are at this point. Now they are, there's two of them that are facing murder charges for this incident. Wow. So that is really coming back to haunt them, and good. It should. It's just nightmarish behavior. If you didn't see that video, I believe, I don't know. I think that's up on See It Now on thenewsjunkie.com. Try to put most of the visual stories up there. Sealand, you're going to have a child very, very soon.
That's right.
What? Ahead of all that.
Oh yeah, Fritz, I meant to tell you.
I think that we should take some time and make sure we note things that you should not do when this child is born, right? I mean, you should not do.
Yeah.
Rule number one.
Yeah, that's on the list. Number one, don't shake the baby.
So you can walk over to it, Sealand, and just be like, nope, that's number 6. I shouldn't do that.
I'm not supposed to. Let me back off of this. Well, this is definitely a no, all right? Don't do this because the women that did this got arrested. You see the
women, more than one women did this?
Look at this headline in front of me. 2 women arrested for drunkenly tossing a baby around like a toy.
Oh, my God.
At a Daytona Beach bar. And
Wait, you guys have never played Toss the Baby?
Like, what was
I was the
happening
baby
here?
and tossed the baby. And look at me go.
Yeah, you're fun.
Sierra Newell, 20 years old, and Brianna LaFoe arrested and charged with child abuse. What the hell were these people thinking? The child was injured, and look at these. Okay, they look like
that's awful.
Strung out, maybe. The incident happened shortly after midnight at the Coyote Ugly Saloon.
Well, there you go, Sean.
Police responded to reports of 2 women throwing a baby up in the air.
I'm sorry.
Flipping him upside down and throwing him back and forth from about 4 feet apart. What the hell?
Okay, and this is not to deter from the horrible thing that they did, but they were allowed in to Coyote Ugly with the baby?
I guess so. I'm as surprised as you are.
Babies get free cigarettes there.
Well, why not?
Well, they can't bar the parents or the guardians from going in there and like maybe not drinking or eating food, right? Don't they serve food there, or is it just bar?
Yeah, I think it's a bar and restaurant, but I'm not positive, honestly. Newell, one of them, was on crutches at the time of the incident, was allegedly threatening to hit bystanders. God, this poor kid. A witness who was recording the incident was approached by LaFoe, who tried to hit her. That's when LaFoe allegedly flipped the baby upside down and grabbed him by his ankles. She also approached the witness with Newell's crutch and attempted to strike her a second time. What is going on with these women?
Daytona, baby.
The police watched the video recorded by the witness. They saw all of this going on, and they said they arrested the women on the site. Unbelievable. Thankfully, the bystanders that saw this going on were willing to step up and say something and didn't just like sit back.
Like just got in the middle of the tossing game and caught it?
Right, yeah. They went over and they were like, what the hell are you doing? And that brought the attention of the police on this.
They did a pick six with the baby.
I can't believe that. That's so insane to me. That's like really, really, really terrible human behavior.
Yeah, that's real dumb.
And stop me if you've heard this one before. A woman is now suing McDonald's after being burned by hot coffee.
I thought they learned their lesson the first time.
Nope, brand new one here. It says a San Francisco McDonald's is being sued after a scalding cup of coffee caused severe burns on an elderly woman's groin, a lawsuit alleges. Literally the same exact thing. The lawsuit claims McDonald's employees failed to properly secure the coffee cup lid, which then opened when the woman, Mabel Childress, tried to take a sip.
Oh,
the lid fell off, the coffee poured out of the cup, and she had third-degree burns to her groin, legs, and abdomen, they say. This poor woman is in her 80s and continues to experience pain.
I will say it again. Why do they make coffee that's 224 degrees? I don't understand.
So wild to me that they do that, and that they do it because they think people will complain if they get to their destination and the coffee's no longer warm, so they like overwarm it, and you go,
well, throw it in the microwave because the way that we're doing it right now is not working out for people.
No. Right. And this is another one of those things that people hear and they go, oh my God, are you suing McDonald's because your coffee was hot? And it's.
Do you want to take a look at my lap and tell me that it was too hot?
Everybody did that to that lady who sued, the first lady. Like, oh, this moron, what a loser. She's so dumb. She didn't know that the coffee was hot. And then you hear the story and you go, maybe we got a problem. Maybe there's something wrong here. Okay, we are going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, as I told you, the content gods have smiled upon us and brought us a care package. And I'm excited to play this clip for you that has landed on our laps. We'll do that. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
3 general managers, 5 midday shows, and 1 corporate bankruptcy. Restructuring. Celebrating 30 years of Real Radio 104.1. Thanks for keeping the dream alive over 3 decades.
From the Goldsmith Jewelry Shop Traffic Center. Lowest prices on the highest quality jewelry. GoldsmithJewelry.com.
Heading through the city, you can expect delays eastbound and westbound on I-4 between Fairbanks Avenue and Robinson Street. Authorities are clearing up an accident on the Greenway northbound between I-4 and Osceola Parkway. There's an accident on the off-ramp, so expect delays from I-4 westbound to Osceola Polk Line Road. The left turn lane is blocked on Highway 1792 northbound at Ronald Reagan Boulevard. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Tri-County Metals. Ready to get a price on your metal roofing project? Complete the Get a Quote form on Tri-County Metals website at TriCountyMetals.com. Getting a quote for your new metal roof has never been faster or easier. Get started at TriCountyMetals.com.
This earful of Real Radio is sponsored by Wassey's Meat Market, the best place to buy a big green egg.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
I need your help. I got this. Expendables 4 is definitely rated R. little violent, perhaps?
Jason Statham.
You almost killed me!
Sylvester Stallone.
You're welcome!
Expendables 4 in theaters Friday.
Did you know that the Hartford sells small business insurance? Now you do. For over 30 years, they have been helping to protect small businesses just like yours. To learn more, find an independent agent, or get a quote, visit thehartford.com/smallbusiness. That's thehartford.com/smallbusiness. The Hartford is the Hartford Financial Services Group, Inc. and its property and casualty subsidiaries, including issuing company Hartford Fire Insurance Company. Its headquarters is in Hartford, Connecticut.
It's hot. We all know that. Have you noticed your power bill is skyrocketing? The current cost of energy is the highest it's ever been, and it's probably going to just keep getting higher. Solar Source can change that for you. I recently took the plunge with Solar Source with my pool heater, and man, it's been a game changer. I love working with Solar Source. Solar Source has nearly 40 years in the business. They bring the power of the sun to over 6,000 Central Florida homes since 1984. Mine and my mom's and my sister's included. Solar Source makes it easy with a free estimate. Monster listeners, they have an online tool that lets you get your own solar estimate in just 30 seconds. No pressure, no salesman, just the facts. You can harness your own power and stop wasting thousands of dollars every year renting your electricity at higher and higher prices. Visit solarsource.com/monsters and see how easy it is to get your instant hassle-free quote. Solar Source, the most trusted name in solar. solarsource.com/monsters.
Listen to Kelvin. What he's about to say could change your life.
I'm 6'2", and I was about 290, and I lost weight fast. I trimmed down. Now I'm about 235. I'm probably at about 9, maybe 10% body fat. That's great. I lost probably at least 60 pounds in probably 3.5, 4 months. Color of my hair is coming back. Skin looks better. Obviously gaining muscle. My muscle mass is coming back. Thank you for providing an awesome product. Somebody who actually has and does what they say they will. That's awesome.
That's great, Kelvin. Losing that belly fat in less than 4 months is outstanding. Since 2004, Andro 400 has been changing men's lives, like Kelvin, and can help you lose belly fat, gain energy, and improve your lifestyle. We guarantee it. Go to andro400.com for more true testimonials, before and after photos, and special discounts. Only available on andro400.com. andro400.com.
The Pepperoni Pizza Meatball Sub from Firehouse Subs is back. With Italian meatballs, extra provolone, and crispy pepperoni on a garlic bread roll. To top it off, a portion of every purchase helps provide life-saving equipment to first responders. The Pepperoni Pizza Meatball Sub, for a limited time at Firehouse Subs. At participating locations, Firehouse of America, LLC, and Firehouse Subs suppliers will together donate 0.09% of purchases in 2023 at Firehouse Subs locations with a minimum donation of $1 million.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Start driving the truck that you deserve today. Visit nationstrucks.com right now. No payments until 2024 with approved credit.
Broadcasting live from the injury law firm of Kaufman and Lind Studios. Why Kaufman and Lind? Because you matter. Contact them at whenyouneedus.com or dial pound 546 on your cell phone. This is WTKS FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. Listen on your free iHeartRadio app for all your music, radio, and podcasts.
Just a moment. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Thanks for listening to the show. If you miss anything, you could always go back to the podcast, and that's available at thenewsjunkie.com. You'll see all the links where you can subscribe. And then each day when C-Lane posts the podcast, you can get an alert, and bam, keep in the world of the News Junkie and keep hanging out with us. Every once in a while, the content gods smile on us, and they give us a care package. And that has happened today, friends. We have been following this story about the missing F-35 jet where That guy, like, he ejected out of the jet, and it was in autopilot at the time.
Yeah, into someone's backyard or something, right?
Yes, yeah, and they couldn't find where it was for a while. They were looking for this thing, and they were asking for the public's assistance. And
I love the idea. You walk out to your backyard, let the dog out, and there's this pilot, full gear,
just hanging out,
smoking a little bit from the tips of his hair.
They said that they finally located the remains in somebody's yard, and there was a wreckage there, obviously, from the F-35. And the cost of the F-35 is anywhere from $80 million to $120 million. We've heard all the numbers. We don't know. But one thing is for sure, it landed in the right guy's backyard, because the guy who they interviewed who found the F-35 is magnifique.
Yes. We're talking, let's see, this was in the Carolinas, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Possible Southern accent. Like a drawl.
He is a Southern boy. You can see here he's got a like a.
Oh yeah!
What kind of hat is that? Like a straw hat?
He looks like Coolio with a straw hat on.
He does look like Coolio. My God.
He's got a straw hat on, and he's got, like, his backpack on. And he was the one who discovered the wreckage of this F-35, and he is everything. Let's listen into this guy explain what went down and what was happening that day.
In the bathroom taking a shave. And I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle.
Oh my God.
I love this dude.
That is the beginning of Get Up Off of That Thing, is it not?
I don't know if it is.
It absolutely is.
It sounds like it.
Pull it up if you can. But this guy is, I love that he's like got all the confidence in the world to just make that noise in the news report. He's so animated.
Is this a real news report?
Yeah, this is the real deal.
In the bathroom taking a shave.
A shave.
And I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle. I said, what in the world is this? And I heard a boom. Then my whole house shook.
White says he didn't realize it was a plane at the time, so he didn't call anybody.
The first thought came to me, I said, what's a meteorite coming out of space or something?
He said, what was this, a meteorite come out of space or something? He thought that, like, you might have got hit by a meteorite.
And I said, well, if the airplane, it needed to be reported, but the thing was flying just too low.
The F-35B airplane wreckage created an extensive debris field. The wreckage is located off Old Georgetown Road. Military security.
Love this guy. Love that he made the noise. Do you have the comparison for the song?
It's literally James Brown brought back to life in a straw hat.
Nice. That's a good call. That is a good call, Sabrina.
Key that back up again. Cue it up.
And I heard a screeching, between a screech and a whistle.
All right, you ready? Here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, dude.
What is this?
Hell yes. That is a hat nod times 10. That's perfect.
That guy is awesome. He's the one who
I think it was the same pitch and everything.
It's the same key. Yeah, it's the same note.
Okay, let's go.
Sabrina's got perfect pitch. C lane.
Let's go over to you and your dispatches and see what's going on with you. A lot of people are chiming in. And here's somebody that said the one time they wanted to hit me, Jazzy Josh. Oh, what did I do wrong?
I kind of agree with you about the whole fighting after 40 thing. But, man, Sean, this one time you pissed me off. I saw you at Finn Henry's, and I was all excited. And I walked up to you at the bar, and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? How's it going? And you didn't even turn your head and look at me. You just go, what's up, man? You just kept looking at the TV. And so I'm awkwardly just sitting there, and Courtney looks at me like a deer in the headlights. And I didn't know what to say to her, and I was kind of like, all right. And I just tumbleweeded away. And I was like, man, I should have just knocked his ass out right there. So, I don't know. True story.
What do I owe you? Do I owe you, like, well, you want me to put on a little mini show for you here, Jazzy Josh?
Hello and welcome to the bar.
I was probably drunk, would be guess number one.
But the moment he described it, I know exactly what he's talking about. It's the typical, like, you have that look to you. I remember Finn Henry's for sure. It was that corner part. You were looking up at the TV, and if not, you're using one thumb on the cell phone.
I almost always, when somebody comes up to me, will go, hey, what's your name? Talk to them, tell them thank you for listening, and do all of those things. Almost every interaction I have is like that and is totally normal, albeit weird because small talk is strange for me. Don't like small talk so much. But I don't remember that, obviously. If you thought I didn't give you enough, I'm so sorry, Jazzy Josh. I'm so sorry. Next time, we'll make out. Come up to me, tap me on the shoulder. Yeah, I'll make that screaming noise for you, and then we'll kiss a little bit.
Hey, while we're here, though, I have to give a hello and thank you. It was, oh, boy, Jerry?
Uh-oh.
Jerry or Jared? Big old Jay from the porch. He was nice enough to come up and say, what's up? And he offered to buy me a drink at the porch. And then I just looked straight at the TV and didn't acknowledge him whatsoever. But I do want to say thank you because not only did he buy me a drink, but he bought my whole meal, baby.
Oh, really?
And now
if you
he
were
knows.
a dude, he would have punched you right in the face.
That has happened to me and Sabrina and not to Sean.
What the hell? No, people offer to buy me drinks all the time, but I try not to do that
Or
because I
look at
feel
them in the
bad.
eyes.
No, I'll look them in the eyes. Everybody who comes up to me, I'm nice to. I talk to them.
Except Jesse Josh.
I interact with them. Except who?
Jesse Josh.
Oh, except Jesse Josh, yeah. But man, that's his story. It could be true. I don't know. There's a lot of people that come up to me. I don't know. All of them go good. The interactions aren't all perfect. I'm sorry. Jesus, imagine that. I'm a human being. Flaws and everything.
Huh?
Oh.
A screeching. Saw that between a screech and a whistle.
So
I gotta keep that around. I gotta keep that handy. Randolph White, that guy, made my day today. And hope you can make my day too by sending me a great dispatch. Send me a dispatch from thenewsjunkie.com telling me about the time you ran into me and I was nice to you. How about that? A good experience that you had with me. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and record that dispatch right now. We'll get into some of these. Why not? We can. We got time. We could do this stuff.
Yeah.
Here's Squirrel Pimp chiming in about the NFL injury replay stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
What's up, News Junkies?
Hey.
Podcast listener. Listening to you guys talk about the Chubb's injury yesterday and the instant replays. And I drive from Polk County to Melbourne to work, so it's a 2-hour drive.
Big old dangle.
2.5 hours back, usually with traffic. And all I can picture in my head as I'm zoning out is the instant replay on the Pixar Toy Story augmented reality, though. Chubbs gets injured and Sid runs in the room and just picks up a toy and snaps off their leg.
Wait, was this one of the games they were doing that Toy Story thing with? Remember when we talked about that? We said they were going to do like live from Andy's room.
Yes, that's right.
And it was like a
that the
simulcast of the game. I hope not, because that will be really awkward. What they're doing is there's like a simulcast of the football game, but it's done by like Pixar animation.
It didn't happen yet, it looks like.
Okay, good. So it wasn't that one. Thank God. Let's see. There was an update from
October 1st for that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's going to be on Disney Plus.
I got to try to find this because there was an update from the guy who yelled at me yesterday, I think. Jeremy from Dallas has sent another dispatch. Maybe he's still yelling at me?
Hello, News Junkies. This is Jeremy from Dallas. Sorry to get drawn offside so quickly, but the parking in the handicapped space is a pet peeve of mine. You are correct, Sean. I did mishear you. I did not know, you did not notice it was a handicapped spot until you left. My apologies. As a freak listener and a dedicated freak listener, I will say wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank you, Jeremy. Appreciate you.
Nice guy.
In return, I'm going to park in the handicap spot 4 or 5 times.
No, he won't. He doesn't have the balls to. The only way you would ever find Sean's car in the handicap spot is if he had no idea that had been painted there.
Or if he lost his legs.
I wouldn't even be brave enough to take the expectant mother's parking spot. Like,
which you can't even get a ticket for. That's not backed by law.
I would just feel so bad. You feel like everybody's eyes are burning a hole through you when you park in one of those places. So,
I mean, you didn't feel their eyes when you parked to the handicap spot.
Oh, I felt eyes, but when I parked there was nobody out there. And when I was getting in the car, I felt eyes because I think people knew.
Oh man, Jeremy would have definitely not liked this dude. That I didn't see the actual person, the offender. I just saw the offender's vehicle that parked at the Publix yesterday, in between the handicap spot and what used to be another handicap spot, but they painted over and just made a regular spot. They parked over the slashy lines.
Oh my God!
In between lines.
And and then I hear somebody talking about it, and I thought he was telling his friend like, "Oh, look, that's not even a spot." And I got out and I was like, "Yeah, it's kind of a build your own spot kind of deal." And I realized the guy didn't have any friends. He was just yelling to everybody in the parking lot, and now I'm participating in the crazy yelling at the entire parking lot, and I was like, head down, beeline for the Publix. I got to get out of here.
Be honest, was it like a big truck that was doing this?
No, it was like a sedan.
Really?
Yeah, and it was parked backwards too. It was like backed in to the. Right. It was so weird.
Can we address this? What is with you backwards parkers?
I don't get it.
Okay, say it to my face. What's up? What do you need to know?
I will. There is this thing where it doesn't matter what kind of parking lot you're in. Everybody wants to park backwards. If we're in a parking garage, I get it. I understand why you want to park backwards, because pulling out of the parking garage can be a little dicey, and you might want to be safer and pull out the right way.
And weirdly enough, parking garages are where I find the most instances of a sign that says no back-end parking.
Yes, that's very true. A lot of those places do have that. But this will be at like the grocery store, and everybody's stop, and then they're like backing into the parking spot, and I'm going, what situation are you preparing for here?
To get the hell out of there quickly.
Like, are you running full speed to your car, throwing all your groceries in like a pitch from a baseball player, and then diving into the driver's seat?
Here's what happens. So you have a full grocery store parking lot. Mm-hmm. And then when you go to leave and you put your groceries in, you have someone who has watched you the moment you leave from the grocery store to walk to your car.
Yeah.
Because they want that spot.
Right,
now you have to back up, but they want to claim that spot so intensely that they didn't give you enough room to back up and then go forward. So they now have to back up, and now there's other cars coming through. Now, if I'm already ready to just put my car and drive and get out of that spot, it makes that whole process way easier and quicker.
Yeah, but it makes the
I rest
process
my
when you're.
case.
This makes no sense, because it makes the process when you are parking in the first place longer.
No, it doesn't. Not when you're good at it. I got a backup cam. It's like a damn video game. I am quicker with backup parking than I am frontward parking.
I still can't use those backward cams. It's like a video game. I can't do it.
I love it.
You can on some of them.
I absolutely love it. I've nailed it.
The one that I used to drive back from New Orleans.
Very passionate about this back-end parking.
I'm saying, am I going to die on this hill? No problem.
She's awake.
I'm going to back up on this hill.
You can die on that hill, but you must know that when you initially are parking, it takes longer because you're stopping and then backing into the spot as opposed to just sliding in there. So the delay in getting out is going to be kind of washed out by that. To me, I always wonder why people do that. It doesn't make sense to me. But I see it all the time. And in places where, like, I'll see, when you go to the mall and it's like the biggest parking lot in the world, and people are backing into those spots, way out on the edges of the parking lot. Yeah. What was the point of this?
You're not doing this, Sabrina, at a spot with slanted parking.
I'm sorry?
You're not doing this at a place that has slanted parking spots.
That doesn't make any sense.
I've seen people pull through them.
People will do it anywhere they possibly can, for God's sake. Okay, we have a couple more we can do here. Let's go over to Guitar Slinger talking about small talk.
Man, I don't know why I'm saying this, because I know I'm going to get lambasted for it, but
good word.
Sean, you don't like small talk.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't this show basically 4 hours of small talk?
No, this is big
I
talk.
know you cover
largest
topics
of talks.
great importance, but it's still a talk show.
Nothing small about this talk.
Technically, this is almost as bad as when you gave me a hard time for reading a newspaper, and your logo's a freaking newspaper. Ugh.
Who reads a newspaper anymore, man? Get with it.
I use it to clean up my dog's pee.
It's functional, at least.
Yeah, but
I guess.
only if it's free, right? You're not paying for it.
When I say I don't like small talk, I'm just being real with you. Everybody's built a little different. And for me, when some stranger comes over and they sit like, this is a nightmare scenario for me. Let's say I'm sitting at the bar and Courtney's next to me. And then there's like 8 open bar stools, but the next person in comes and sits exactly right next to me. And then they're like super talkative, like, oh, sure is hot outside. Yes, it is indeed hot outside. Yes, okay. And they're like, all these little tiny things. Oh, can you believe this game? And all of those little small talk things. For some reason, I don't care about them, and it's hard for me to pretend that I care. I'm sorry. I'm just the only one being real out here.
Oh, man. Well, one of the most annoying regulars we had when I was playing on Sundays was a guy that, like, if you small talked, you were locked in. You were locked in and you were best friends, and it was like, oh, gosh, get me the F out of here. Or, screw that, get him the F out of here. I want to stay.
Yeah, you didn't do anything wrong. Here's Emma Mel with the dispatch.
Hey, guys. Right before Sean read that email about the guy wanting to hit him, he said the words, hit me. What if you played the Randy White James Brown scream and then you went right into hit me?
Oh, you're asking too much now.
I keep laughing so hard just thinking about it in my head.
Yeah, I
That
can't
is all.
pull that
Bye-bye.
off. I could barely pull off queuing it up where he says makes the noise.
I already got. I exited out of the YouTube.
Or you
video.
could pull up Flava Flav's "Hit Me" right before 911 as a joke. Thank you.
911 is a joke. Oh yeah. Flava Flav was introduced to me. I believe. Maybe I'm wrong on this. I hope I'm not screwing this up. I believe wasn't Flava Flav on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack?
Oh,
you guys remember this?
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on, let me see.
This might be too old for you guys, but when Tony Hawk Pro Skater
great
came
soundtrack.
out, it was the first video game ever that I can remember.
Yeah, they had Bring the Noise.
Yeah, and the soundtrack of it was like huge in the culture at the time.
Oh, yeah.
It was the first video game where I was like, damn, the music from this is really big, and it made a lot of those bands famous. Here's Bruise Traveler. It says, a nice encounter with Sean.
Hey, Sean. You may not remember this, but I had a really great encounter with you near Finn Henry's. You see, I had just been hit by a car,
yeah,
and you looked right at me. You said, ouch, buddy, that looks like it hurts. Here's $1. And then just kept
never
on
have
walking.
given you $1.
But I still have that $1, and I'll never forget you.
All right.
Damned.
Thanks. Good. Here's Bitches and Cake with a dispatch. This one says Daytona Baby. I don't think we did this, right?
Hey, junkies.
Hey.
Yeah, about that baby in Jacksonville. That was, I think the Monsters covered that either on Monday or, I don't know, maybe last week sometime. But they weren't in the bar. They were just on the outside. And then a patron that was within the fenced-in area was, I think, recording her and said something. And then one of them just walked up and started slapping her. And, yeah, it was
what was
wild
wrong
footage.
with him?
So anyway, I'm surprised you guys didn't talk about it earlier, but
old news.
There you go. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
Thank you for your dispatch, sir. I want to know what was wrong with these women, because this is not like you get drunk and you toss a baby around. That's not a thing. This must be something else. And it screams drugs to me.
Can't wait till your baby is born, see, Lane. The first game of Toss the Baby.
No.
You play that in the pool.
Yeah, that's fine, but not in real life. Or in a
And not
parking lot.
wasted.
Here's Floridian Kelly with the dispatch.
Hey, y'all. I love my News Junkie fam.
Oh, God.
And you all know who you are.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Celine, on the new baby.
Thank you.
Sabrina, I love you, of course.
I love you, too.
And Sean, you are doing a fantastic job promoting your show. A funny story is...
Wait, what did she say? Doing a fantastic job
Sean,
promoting
you're
the
there,
show?
buddy.
The things she said about you guys were so over the top, and then for me it was like, you're doing a fantastic job promoting the show.
She loves us.
Oh.
Hey, y'all. I love my News Junkie fam.
Okay.
And you all know who you are. Congratulations, Celine, on the new baby.
So congrats.
Sabrina, I love you, of course.
Of course.
And Sean, you are doing a fantastic job promoting your show.
All right.
A funny story is my girl's grandmother, my ex-husband's mother. Sorry, I'm probably going to laugh. She parked her car in Winn-Dixie, where you put your shopping carts. And we don't know how she got in and out of her car.
Oh,
We
I
did not
see.
notice. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop.
What do they call that
Cart
area?
return?
Yeah, the cart return. She parked her car in the cart return.
That's got to be a small car or a gigantic cart return, because I'd be afraid to try and fit in there and then open it up into the metal barrier, scratch it all up. Nah,
that could go wrong for sure. Crazy Drunk Cat Lady on YouTube says, C-Lane and Sabby are always friendly. Sean, you are there. I am friendly.
He's really good at promoting the show, remember.
I am a friendly human being.
That's why he's there.
I don't know why people don't think. Well, I know why you don't think this. Because I sit here and I spin plates for you all day long. Spinning plates, entertaining the peoples all day long.
Oh, your friendly is shining right now.
This is what you give back to me, some of you. You know? I don't know. Like, it's just a little bit much. And it brings me back to when I dared to change my profile photo on Facebook, only to have like a 400 comment roast about every element of the photograph that they wanted to go off on.
Yeah, no, I don't get that.
They got to be nicer to me, you know?
Well, Dylan was nice to you on that one.
Dylan was the only one.
Be nice to my daddy.
My own son goes into the comment section and has to say, please leave him alone.
I would delete my mother's Facebook. I would delete it.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll finally get to that methamphetamine rules mom. There's the update with her. We'll see what went down. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Find us on Threads at Real Radio 1041, powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Travel with caution and expect delays. Authorities are clearing up an accident on Edgewater Drive before Parr Street. There's delays on Highway 1792 northbound due to an accident. At Ronald Reagan Boulevard, the left turn lane is blocked. Expect delays due to an accident on The Oaks Boulevard at John Young Parkway. Traveling on I-4 westbound, you can expect delays between the Beach Line and State Road 535. See traffic troubles? Call the SafeTouchSecurity.com traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by ViStar Credit Union. ViStar Credit Union's third location in Orange County is now open in Winter Park. They are ready to help you reach your financial goals and life goals. Visit ViStarCU.org/Winter Park or stop by 605 North Orlando Avenue. Federally insured by NCUA.
Coming to Hulu this Friday and Saturday.
Don't miss our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
The biggest superstars from all genres of music on one stage.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Stream it live only on Hulu.
You will not want to miss.
This Friday and Saturday, starting at 10 p.m.
Capital One is a proud partner of the iHeartRadio Music Festival for the 7th year in a row, bringing great products, rewards, and services to its customers. What's in your wallet?
I need your help. I got this. Expendables 4 is definitely rated R.
A little violent, perhaps?
Jason Statham.
You almost killed me!
Sylvester Stallone.
You're welcome!
Expendables 4 in theaters Friday.
Hey, Central Florida, it's time to up your standard of driving. RC Hill here from RC Hill Mitsubishi. Are you sick of driving a car you hate? Raise the bar in a nice new car and lower your monthly payment at the same time. Used cars from just $69 per month. New cars from just $129 per month. Raise the bar and I'll get more for your old car. We'll pay up to $5,000 over appraised value for your clunker. Is your credit score lower than you like? We will help you get approved. That's what makes us your car dealer next door. Give it a try. I'm raising the bar and making my best offer ever. Like brand new Mirage's 43 miles per gallon lifetime warranty. And introducing the all-new 2024 Outlander in stock and ready for delivery. Plus, check out our certified used cars. Monthly payments from just $69 per month. Trade-ins will pay over appraised value. So get here quick. I'm RC Hill, your car dealer next door. Central Florida's first choice for new Mitsubishis. Visit me at rchill.com. That's rchill.com.
Credit requires bank approval. Mirage 9900 72 months. 2.9 APR. $9 down. $249 payment plus tax tag fees. Max trade incentive based on purchase.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-906-0062. If you or your business owe back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-906-0062. 800-906-0062. That's 800-906-0062.
It's more than just a fence. It protects your future gardener.
Mom, look at my tomato.
Wow. Your future Olympian. and your future best in show. Get your free quote today for all the future brings at fenceoutlet.com.
I'm Mark Anajar. I'm Glenn Levine. I'm Ellie Anajar. Together, we're Anajar and Levine. If you've been hurt in a car crash, we'll fight to get you the maximum compensation you deserve. Call Anajar and Levine for your free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. In office, Orlando.
You know when you wake up and your mouth feels gross and you just can't wait to brush your teeth to get that clean, fresh feeling again? That's exactly how millions of Navage users feel when they use powered suction to rinse out their noses every day, just like brushing their teeth. Once you're able to breathe deeply without congestion, you never want to be without it. That's why so many people rave about Navage, with over 100,000 online reviews. Feel the Navage difference for yourself. In less than a minute a day, you'll feel immediate relief from seasonal allergies and congestion after the very first use. Navage will also help you sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier, naturally, without drugs. Start breathing clearly again with Navage. Navage is available at Walmart, Walgreens, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, and online at Navage.com. Navage. Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 nerve care company. Nervive tablets contain alpha-lipoic acid to relieve nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort, plus B-complex vitamins to support healthy nerve function as you age. Live life with less nerve discomfort with Nervive Nerve Relief. Learn more at nervivehealth.com. And try Nervive Pain Relieving Cream to block nerve pain signals at the source. Use as directed.
Get ready to save with Spectrum One. You get Spectrum Internet delivering fast and reliable speeds for $49.99 a month. Free advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security. And a free Spectrum mobile line with unlimited talk, text, and data, plus nationwide 5G. Go to spectrum.com/save more and use the Spectrum One savings calculator to see how much you can save today. Offer subject to change. Valid for qualified residential customers only. Service not available in all areas. Restrictions apply.
Why is iHeartRadio the #1 streaming radio app? Free music.
Free live radio stations from all over the country.
Free podcasts. Free playlists.
Free contests. Free artist radio stations.
Commercial-free stations. It's free. I love iHeartRadio. Join the millions of music, radio, and podcast fans on the #1 streaming radio app now.
iHeartRadio.
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 Free never sounded so good.
Injured? Hire America's largest injury firm, Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Kraft Heinz, and that is a big company.
Oh, yeah.
So Kraft Heinz is trying to let everybody know that there could be a little bit of an issue with something you may have purchased recently at the grocery store. That something is Kraft Singles American Cheese, which I'm going to guess, based on zero information and only my gut, I'll say that that is probably the most popular cheese in the United States of America.
Say
Kraft
what?
Singles. That's the one that's like just
Orange.
out there everywhere. Yeah, it's like,
it's like
big old
government
slices
cheese.
and thick slices of
Individually
Kraft
wrapped.
American cheese. Yep, and that's part of the problem, actually, C-Lane. They're recalling about 83,000 cases of individually wrapped Kraft Singles American cheese because they might pose a choking hazard. They said there was a temporary issue with one of its wrapping machines. Oh, the robots are screwing up over there. They said a thin strip of the individual film may remain on the slice after the wrapper has been removed. So if you take the wrapper off the cheese, people aren't noticing, and they're just like putting it in a sandwich, and you go to bite the sandwich, and there's still like a bunch of wrapper around the cheese.
Or you go to make a grilled cheese, and now it's melted plastic.
Oh, and you might not notice if you did that. Oh, that's bad, actually. They said Kraft said that they issued a recall after several customer complaints of finding a piece of plastic on his cheese, including 6 complaints from eaters that choked or gagged on it. No injuries or health issues have been reported, and the faulty machine has since been fixed, they said. So there you go. Either stay away from your Kraft singles or go grab one real quick and choke on it so that you can call up an attorney and to get that sweet, sweet Kraft money. Why not? An email rolling in, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. And this is from Brenda. Brenda says, the fluid coming out of Sean. She's talking about something I mentioned on the show the other day. I said, every time I go to the printer in my office and I lean over to get the stuff off the printer, when I bend over to this particular height, there's like liquid that drops out of my nose. Like starts flowing out of my nose every time I bend over like that. And she says, my sister went through this, and it was exactly what you said. Turns out
spinal
hers,
fluid?
Yeah, it turns out hers was spinal fluid, and the doctor said the way to tell it's spinal fluid is it doesn't behave like normal snot. Sorry, I don't know another word for it. In that it won't stick together like snot does. I promise I'm serious, and if it's spinal fluid, it's no joke. Take care of yourself, Brenda.
Yeah,
Thank you, Brenda.
Happened to George Clooney. He was filming the movie Syriana, and he was in a chair that was like supposed to not go back all the way. He ended up hitting his head, and he said the entire night, like fluid kept coming out of his nose, and it was spinal fluid.
Oh my God! Holy cow! That's very, very strange.
Is that like it doesn't stop coming out until you address it, or you can have one day a month that spinal fluid comes out, and the next day you're good to go?
I don't know enough about it, honestly.
Yeah,
I don't know. But what is happening
It stops
to me,
coming out when your spine is empty.
I'm rethinking every single allergy attack I've ever had. Like, am I almost empty right now? I'm at a quarter tank of my spinal fluid.
like my allergies are so bad, I'm almost positive it's just a bunch of phlegm that I have in my head that's just dripping out, when I lean over to grab the printouts. But maybe the brain thing, that's nice to have in the mix there. I've got that just hanging over my head now. I'm sure I'm fine. There is a story, it's an update on something we talked about yesterday. The journalists from the Australian broadcast channel, their ABC over in Australia, who was trying to figure out what the default name is that they give to children. And what I mean is, if you in Australia submit a name for your child and it's inappropriate and it hits their filters, they will just give some random name to your child. And they were trying to see what that name was. And the reporter who was working on the case happened to be pregnant. And when she had her baby, she submitted the name Methamphetamine Rules as the name of her child. But the problem is they accepted the name. So now her baby is named Methamphetamine Rules. And she was doing some interviews about this. And one of the interviewers was kind of going in on her a little bit. I haven't heard this yet, so let's listen together here.
I know it was all planned as a bit of a stunt. Did you take it too far?
No, I don't think so, because I would
She's got the
hope that
baby.
there are no parents out there who would seriously call their child a name like that. But if they are calling their child a questionable name, I think we've shown that needs to be some better checks on it.
Because, I mean, I know that some people will no doubt find it hilarious that you've done this and the reasons why, but others, I imagine...
Uh-oh, it's cutting out.
Are appalled.
So others are appalled. She said, that didn't seem really that bad. She's just doing the some people are saying journalism line, leaning into it a little bit. But this says goes in on ABC journalists in the story that I was seeing.
Maybe that's their like going in hard over there.
Yeah. In Australia, that's like hardcore attacking somebody.
Aw.
Gotcha journalism.
Pathetic for here. Over on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. I don't like to say X. It's weird.
Me either.
Stupid.
But Donald Trump Jr.'s account got hacked. There was all sorts of weird tweets out there.
Weird, like click this link for cryptocurrency, or was he said to have looked like he was being racist? Like,
no,
it usually is one of the two.
No. It was weird, like threatening war with North Korea.
Oh, got it.
Cool.
Cool.
And a bunch of other stuff like that.
Was there not a back and forth with North Korea and Trump at some point? That's when he called him like Rocket Boy or something?
Rocket Man.
Yeah. Then they were buddies for a while, but this was a hacking of his account, they said. I'm trying to bring up some of the tweets. Well, it's probably been deleted, I'm sure, by now. This says, Richard Hart is innocent. When I become president, I'm going to burn the SEC. I'm sad to announce my father, Donald Trump, has passed away. I'll be running for president in 2024.
That was one tweet?
Yeah.
Read that next one, Sean.
No.
Verbatim. Come on, read it out loud, Sean.
So it says, F Joe Biden, stupid ass N-word. My dad owns you, Elon Musk, bum, and on it went.
Wow.
North Korea is about to get smoked. There's a bunch of them. So somebody got control of his account there.
They're not going to give it back either.
And they had to work on that. Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. That's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is Real Music Weekends. Real Music Weekends this weekend on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by attorney Mo DeWitt. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
From the Rude Air Conditioning Weather Center, powered locally by Ferguson HVAC.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Allison Gargaro with a look at your Central Florida forecast. Afternoon highs today will be reaching the mid and upper 80s. Mix of sun and clouds, and the chance for rain will be on the rise after 3 o'clock. You can expect heavy rain, frequent lightning, as well as gusty winds. Do make sure you stay weather aware and depend on the Fox 35 Storm Team. I'm meteorologist Allison Gargaro.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Summer days getting shorter and business to-do lists getting longer? You need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job and get hiring today by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Barbecue, bacon, beer, and bourbon all meet in one event. Pitmasters and Pourers comes to Mount Dora this Saturday. This event not only combines these 4 staples of life, but will also feature Russ Rollins and DJ Angel LaBoom from the Monsters in the Morning, plus live performances from Kat Ridgway, Sean Holcomb, Bailey Callahan, and more. It all starts at 3 p.m. this Saturday, September 23rd at Elizabeth Evans Park in beautiful Mount Dora. Pitmasters and Pourers, when the ultimate barbecue meet bacon, beer, and smooth bourbon. Presented by Yingling, the city of Mount Dora, Visit Lake, and Real Radio 104.1. Get tickets now at cityofmountdora.com.
When you shop here, you win here. Score the Wing Drive at Sutherland Nissan Orlando. Buy now and make no payments for 6 months. Get 0% APR financing on the best team of Nissans anywhere. Sutherland Nissan Orlando. OrlandoNissan.com. Home of the lifetime warranty. See dealer for details.
Today's Central Florida job market is more competitive than ever, but don't be discouraged. Attend the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, and connect with over 70 recruiters right here in Central Florida, some even offering on-the-spot interviews. Your next career is right in front of you. Join us at the Florida Jobs Now Job Fair Wednesday, October 11th, noon to 4 p.m. at the Orlando Science Center, located at 777 East Princeton Street in Orlando. Get more info at floridajobsnow.com.
Torres on his left foot shoots. He scores!
Orlando City's on the road this week as the Lions travel to the Big Apple and face New York City Football Club on Wednesday, September 20th at 7:30 p.m. Tune in on FM 96.9 The Game and watch on any device on the Apple TV app. Or join your fellow City fans at the Hammered Lamb for the official City Pub watch party presented by Heineken Silver. Don't forget to tune in an hour before the match at 6:30 p.m. to catch Kickoff Minus 60 airing exclusively on the Lion Nation app.
Listen, could Gregory change your life?
I went from size 44 pants back to the size 38 pants that I had worn when I was in college. Now the 38-inch pants fall off of me. I lost the weight. I felt better. I've lost 63 pounds and 6 inches of pant size. God bless you for having this product and having it at a reasonable price.
Outstanding. Gregory is 70 and lost belly fat and 6 inches off his waist in 5 months. Since 2004, Andro 400 has been helping men, like you, lose belly fat, gain energy, and improve their lifestyle. We guarantee it. Go to andro400.com for more true testimonials, before and after photos, and special discounts. Only available on andro400.com. andro400.com.
At International Diamond Center, you can take your time and design and meticulously create the most unique, most exquisite ring imaginable. But if that's not your thing, we understand. And that's why we created the IDC Signature Collection. Ready-to-wear rings at every price point.
It's a complete ring that's already done. We pick out the small diamonds, and we pick out the center diamond, and it's assembled, and it gets our stamp of approval.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People like this because of the value that they're receiving, because they're getting a complete ring without having to piece it together themselves.
Even if your budget is $1,000, IDC has a ring you can take with you today with a quality, stylish setting and a GIA-certified diamond.
We did all the hard work for you. Listen, we're the experts, and our job is to pick the right diamond for the right setting at the right price point, and I think we do a pretty good job of it.
Discover the no-stress IDC Signature Collection. Buy it today, propose with it tonight. International Diamond Center, 4 Orlando locations. Online at shopidc.com.
Are you experiencing tooth pain? Advanced Endodontics can help. With state-of-the-art care, experienced and compassionate staff, and 6 convenient locations throughout Central Florida, we make it easy to find the relief you need. We partner with well-known companies who offer great financing options, so you can achieve the smile of your dreams. And the best part is, no referrals are needed. Schedule your appointment today at ineedarootcanal.com. That's ineedarootcanal.com.
When the going gets tough, Ram trucks keep you going. Hurry in for great deals during Ram Power Days. Ram, built to serve. Now during Ram Power Days, current owners or lessees get $8,980 in total values on the 2023 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab. Don't miss this great offer. See your local Ram dealer today. Total values include combined cash allowance and $2,980 Bighorn Level B package value. Current vehicle must be registered at least 30 days prior to purchase. Residency restrictions apply. Take delivery by 10/2/23.
The IRS has just received $80 billion in funding to hire additional agents for aggressive collections enforcement. If you owe the IRS, now is the time to take action before the IRS comes after you or your business. There is no time to waste. Call J. David Tax Law, a firm right here in Orlando, for a no-cost consultation at 407-603-3962. That's 407-603-3962. Or visit jdavidtaxlaw.com. Peace of mind is only a click or phone call away.
Embarrassed by ugly yellow toe fungus?
Living with toe fungus it's embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off. I hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody.
Introducing Crystal Flush. Crystal Flush is the only FDA-registered 2-in-1 home treatment that attacks your toe fungus from both the inside and out. Crystal Flush's new and different combination system knocks out toe fungus for good. Guaranteed.
Crystal Flush is different. After just a few weeks, my fungus was gone. I mean, 100% disappeared. Crystal Flush was the only thing that ever worked. So if you're skeptical because you tried a bunch of other stuff, Crystal Flush is different. This is a game changer.
Crystal Flush is now available without a prescription, but it is not available in stores. Get your risk-free supply today. Go to crystalflush.com. That's CRYSTAL flush.com. Stop being embarrassed by ugly yellow toenails. Go to crystalflush.com or call 800-204-4484.
Hi, I'm Kyle at Blindster.com. Since 2010, Blindster has sold millions of custom blinds, shades, and shutters to satisfied customers across the country with 20,000 five-star reviews and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Custom blinds at low prices and free shipping. Blindster.com.
Dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap everything up for a Wednesday. Hey, thanks for spending time with us today, and if you missed anything, the podcast is ready for you in just a bit. Thanks for hanging out with us as always, Fritz. We love you.
Hell yeah, thank you.
We appreciate
nice
you.
Boy, that Fritz.
Always like doing some radio with you, and we'll do it again next week. We are going to do maybe one final dispatch. I don't know if we have time for that. All right, we're going to do a dispatch from Mary. Here she goes.
Sean, one time I saw you at SeaWorld, and it was fantastic. Did a double take when I recognized you, and since I don't like small talk either, I kept going, and so did you.
Perfect encounter for me. I like how that all lined up. Thank you, Mary. We appreciate you. And one more. Here's Hot Yogi.
Hey, Sean, I just want to let you know that I saw you and Courtney at Van Barry several months ago, and I was too nervous to go say anything. You were leaving, and you walked by our table, and my boyfriend kind of stuck his hand out and said, hey, you have a fan here. You stopped. You said hello. Thanks for watching the show. I said, hey, Courtney, and she smiled and said hello. So that was a time when you were very nice to one of your biggest fans. I also want to say that one time I saw Sabrina at Cabo's. I went straight over to her and sat with her and talked with her for a little while. So she was just great and a lot of fun.
That's really cute.
So there's some good stories about how nice you and Sabrina are.
There we go. Hey, thank you. Hi there, chopped liver back here.
Maybe she hasn't met you. She hasn't rounded out the collection just yet.
Probably not.
Soon enough, maybe. All right, let's do
all the outgoing things I'm going to be doing in the next few months.
Let's do the stories that didn't make the cut. Brought to you by Nations Trucks. Love our friends over there at nationstrucks.com.
Also very nice.
Go get the truck of your dreams. It's sitting there waiting for you on the lot, and it's going to be the truck that changes everything for you. It's at nationstrucks.com. So we'll go through some of these, and then we'll do Today I Learned, and then I'll very, very clumsily exit the show like I do every single day. Because
and get ready for it's a fine
a lot
thing.
of great content on whatever radio station you're listening to.
That's true.
Here's the thing. We're on a bunch of stations now.
Rochester.
And so all the stations that we're on, there's somebody different up next. And I don't want to, we got to find a way so we could do this where I can also in our home market still promote the Jim Colbert Show. I don't know how to do all this. So I just try to do this dismount at the end of the show, and then I swing and miss, and then I hear both of them laugh before the mics go off, and I'm like, all right, that one didn't stick. Let's see what else we got.
Quick little promo right now. You know, after Today I Learned, be sure to stay tuned because the Jim Colbert Show's up next.
That's true.
And then...
also, if I might clumsily throw something in there, all I want to say is Halloween night. That's all I'm going to say.
Whoa, what's happening Halloween night?
I'm going to tease that
being
right there.
cryptic.
Yeah, we'll know. You'll know soon. He's just saying Halloween night, I think. All right, Yellowstone tourist is suffering consequences after getting too close to a bison in a story that sounds very familiar.
That's the 5th headline in the last 2 years.
Another one of these idiots got too close to the animal, and the animal did the animal thing. Restaurant under fire in California here's what their message said on their receipt. There's an automatic 18% service charge for parties of one or larger.
Oh, wow.
That's all parties.
That's sad.
One or larger is everybody that's getting hit with that service charge. Some of the people were not happy about it. And a CNN host read a long list of words that Americans most commonly associate with politics. That list includes divisive, chaos, corrupt, messy, crazy, bad, sad, dysfunctional, broken, disgusting, ridiculous,
Are
petty.
you reading my bio?
All of these words are terrible, terrible, god-awful, we're not doing so well words. So there that goes. All right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ.
Got this.
So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Wednesday, September 20th, 2023. Today I Learned sponsored by J. David Tax Law. Peace of mind is only a click or a phone call away. Today I learned during this incident.
It's starting to rain again.
Hi, Heisenberg.
The Hindenburg.
Damn it.
This guy, strangely enough, he sounds like the cannibal dad crying a little bit.
Never did know anything like that.
It's fighting, and it's fighting. It's fighting terrible. Oh my, get out of the way, please. It's bursting into flames and it's falling on the morning fast and all the folks between it. This is terrible. This is one of the worst catastrophes in the world. Oh, it's frightening.
I know at the time it was really bad, but a lot of time has passed. The Hindenburg accident. 97 people on board, 62 people survived. And let's go to this one. Today I learned British lawyers and judges still regularly wear wigs in court, just like the old-fashioned way. Wigs, formerly called peruke, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to take one this afternoon.
In United Kingdom since 17th century. It's been around. Today we're in this show right here. Saved by the Bell. That's right, it is Saved by the Bell. Today we're in Saved by the Bell originally aired as the show Good Morning Miss Bliss. That was only for one season, and then they said, this ain't working out. Something's wrong here.
Yeah, but they aired those episodes as like flashbacks.
Yeah, they aired it as Saved by the Bell, the junior high years.
That was the stupidest thing is when Zach bought all the potato stock, and then he ended up with a whole bunch of potatoes, which is not how the stock market works.
And then Saved by the Bell.
Today, learn after William Harvey discovered blood pathways in the human body in 1616, people tried to use other fluids such as beer, urine, milk, and non-human animal blood as a blood substitute.
Number 3.
They learned the hard way that you can't just put anything else in your veins and let it run around your system.
Yeah.
The blood stuff is pretty important, it would seem.
Though? Urine?
Yeah, that's gross. Who's the person who even tried that out?
Yeah.
That is a weirdo move. All right, root for me on this outro.
Come on,
really
Sean.
Come on.
Send him to Cleaner, Greg Peterson Experience, More of Us, Jim Colbert.
The list is too long. All right, here we go. Today, learn this band right here. Bush. That's right, Bush. The 90s rock band Bush was known as Bush X, only in Canada, because a 70s group named Bush already existed there.
Win tickets on the Jim Colbert Show.
All the people who know Bush in Canada know them as Bush X. That's what they think the band is called. Hey, thanks for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow. Same time, same place. More great content on the way. We'll see you later.
Oh, yeah.
Back tomorrow. See ya.